All right. So I'm going to go ahead and start the stream a little bit early, like I said, 2:45, just to make sure everything's working out, so we can just sit out here and hang out. I'm looking at the Smite website right now. They're not ready yet anyway. They're just still offline, so it's all good, man. What's going on, UK Paul? Yeah, I'm really looking forward to seeing what what the heck they're gonna come out with in the way of nerfs, man. Maui, we already know he's coming out, but I'd like to see what they're gonna nerf or buff, right? Should be very interesting. Yeah, we're just mentioning that RuneScape. That RuneScape event should be coming out in 9.11, so the next patch. So what are we at now? So yeah, it might come out early November, because usually they do these updates what every 2 weeks or so. At least that's how they've been hitting. Yeah, let's hope it's going to be a decent update, dude. I don't want no surprises. The last thing I need is for them to start freaking nerfing. Here, let me throw on some music though. Last thing I need them to do is start nerfing Nox or Zeus anymore, right? Yeah, but their site's still offline, so they didn't have a pregame this time around. If you guys see two little furry things running around in my background, those are my dogs, man. Those Ewoks on the loose. They're doing a WWF right now. They're beating the crap out of each other. It's hilarious. And my smallest one is a little female Imperial Shih Tzu. She's only like 7 pounds, and she's the instigator, man. Oh, I think Ishtar might get. I think UK Pro. I think that Ishtar might get nerfed. To tell you the truth, she's very strong, dude. I mean, it's not uncommon for me to do 60, 70,000 damage with her right now as is. So I would not be surprised if Ishtar gets nerfed. I'm surprised she hasn't been nerfed already, to tell you the truth. Fingers crossed though, because I actually enjoy playing her. I just started playing Caribdis like 2 days ago, and I'm starting to enjoy her. I think I'm going to take her to Diamond, start playing her on my off time. Yeah, yeah, definitely would not be good ice to nerf Mage AoE right now. That's the only thing that keeps us from getting chain CC, to tell you the truth, if you know how to play it right? Hey Cloud, what's going on, man? Now, for y'all that didn't know, we are now streaming in 2K. So you have 2K capability, 1440 monitor, 1440 on your phone. You're going to get the best picture you can get, man. All of our subs allows us to do that. Now, with that, we have about a 6-second delay. So if you put anything in the chat, it's probably going to take about 5 to 6 seconds for a post, usually. And of course, it all depends on your connection, too, I'm sure. Oh, Cloud, yeah, I'm doing good, man. No worries, man. All right. We got another 11 minutes before they kick this thing off. I'm very interested to see if they actually mention anything about the January god. Because, I mean, we're coming to mid-October now. We ain't but 2.5. They'll probably wait until the RuneScape announcement, I bet you. The next update, 9.11, should be the RuneScape event. And they're probably not going to say anything about the new gods, because they want to try to hype that up as much as it is. They're going to make that the center point of the update, seeing how there's not going to be another god this year. So I wouldn't expect to hear anything on that January god until probably late November, I think. At least that's my prediction, so we'll see. What I really want to hear about, though, is that new adventure mode that they mentioned in the last stream. That actually has my interest peaked, so we'll see what happens with that. It looks like we have another 10 minutes, so make sure you guys grab your popcorn and drinks, boy, because hopefully we don't get no crazy surprises this time around, man. They didn't nerf too much the last stream though, so we'll see. I think they buffed last stream, didn't they? So this stream should be the nerf stream, because they usually go in cycles, right? They'll do one stream where they like do a lot of buffs, and then they'll do the next update where they do a lot of nerfs. And I think, I could be wrong, but I think this is the nerf cycle. So we'll see how this works out, man. We'll see, man. But I was able to read some of his abilities, and it sounded very interesting. The fact that he's gonna have every one of his basic attacks cleaves, that is interesting, dude. That's gonna be pretty OP. And his basic attacks are longer, or has more range than a spear. So he has longer range than an Achilles. So that's pretty interesting too. The fact that every one of his basic attacks cleaves is pretty is pretty nasty. Now, something that they mentioned about is something about your team members can allow him to do some type of CC. So that should be very interesting to see what they're talking about that. And I guess that your team members can actually come to you somehow. So that's interesting too. I don't know, it's gonna be like a Gilgamesh where he does his AoE and you get extra speed, or if it's some type of a attack where he can summon his allies to him. I don't know, like almost like a Horus, right? Where he takes people with him, it's just in reverse, brings people to him. The Mana Core spike, when you drops, you get extra damage, equivalent to extra damage. I think when they nerfed, it used to be 8% of your health, and I think now it's 6% of your health, or 4% of the health if one of your allies picks it up, something like that. But the damage is based on whoever picks it up's health pool, and it does it's like proc damage, like when you used so like when you use a Soul Reaver, or when you use a Polynomicon. Have you had the yellow ticks like that? That's why that item is so strong on Sylvanas, man, because Sylvanas has that AoE freaking attack. So it works out really, really well for him. So you do that heal attack and hit with that Mana Course, because it goes off your they got the timer going. Let's see what they say. Oh, 7 minutes on the timer. I guess we can go to theirs. Let me switch over to them real quick, and we'll just use their timers. Let me see. I got music over here too. There, now that we can see their timer. Some water moves like Jamoja? I don't know, man. Somebody was saying something about a bubble attack, so I don't know. It's going to be definitely interesting, for sure. I'm very interested to see. Now, like with every stream we do, right, we're doing a little evolution of the stream, right? So as you see, I kind of redid my overlays. So now I'm a little bit higher, because I've been noticing all these update videos that we've been doing. They always like to put the buffs and the nerfs at the bottom of the screen. And with me at the bottom, I was covering up some of the data that they were talking about. So by lifting myself up, hopefully I won't be blocking y'all's sight. So it should work out. Yeah, I'm really maybe that attack supposedly that calls his team to him has something to do with the water bubble or something. I don't know, man. Hey, Cruz, what's up, brother? Haven't seen you in a good minute. Where you been hiding, man? Oh yeah, yeah. Wearing earrings in the Hawaiian culture, dude, wearing earrings is the norm. Same thing in the Samoan culture. That's the norm, dude. That's not surprising. Rico, what's up, man? You been to Hawaii? You came across a street called... Yeah, I don't even know what that's, how to pronounce that, dude. Uh-oh. Oh, it's just commercials. I haven't been to Hawaii yet, man. That's one of the few places I have not been. I've been to many places in Europe, but I have not been to too many places in Hawaii as of yet. I'll go sooner or later, man, especially now that it's crazy trying to go overseas, man. You never know what's going to happen. Especially with Putin acting the fool. Last thing I want to do is be checking out the Eiffel Tower and then seeing a big old nuke coming in, right? Well, they posted the abilities on the Smite website yesterday. They didn't really go into it. They kind of did descriptions of their path to him. Before I started streaming, I checked their website again. They still didn't have anything posted. That thumbnail that you guys saw with the placard and stuff, I made that myself. That wasn't an official Smite one. That background you see behind him, that's actually Panama City Beach, Florida. I took a picture of Panama Beach, Florida, and then I cut him out of a video clip. I cut him out and then stuck it behind a placard for what's his name, Don Zaburo. That's actually the Don Zaburo one. I just plucked it out. So once they post the actual real Smite stuff, then, but it won't matter. We'll hear it here shortly. Once they're done with all these commercials, I guess they're trying out Twitch's new thing where they're playing like 15 freaking commercials before the thing starts. On my clock though, it looks like we still got 3 minutes. Yeah. I'm very interested in seeing what that Ruinscape event's going to be. If it goes live November, the next patch, they might talk about it this patch. We'll see. I hope they do. Yeah. Well, as was what pays the bills though, right? Like every one of my videos, you can always tell. I always put an ad at 4 minutes, 8 minutes, and 12 minutes. There's always three ads in every one of my videos because it's like a 22-minute video, right? It's not like a 8-minute video with 3 ads in it. So I tried to space them out every 4 minutes. Of course, a lot of people don't even they don't get past the first ad, but it is what it is. It is what it is. That's why I get you on the way in. At least one. Dude, ad revenue is so low, it's pathetic. Sadly, 50% of the income of the channel comes from memberships and from gifted memberships. But it is what it is, man. Once we grow and become a big boy, maybe that'll change. I'm just glad that they don't do ads on live streams. Like when we're live streaming, because that would suck, dude. You're getting ready to do something, all of a sudden the YouTube just randomly throws an ad in there. Dude, that would drive me insane. I would not like that. When we're live, right? After the VODs afterwards, I don't care about. But when we're live, oh, dude, that would drive me insane. I would turn off ads for streams if that was to happen. All right, looks like we're about to get started here, man. Looks like we're about to get started. Oh, really? That sucks, dude. Well, and that's why I stay on YouTube, baby. Okay, so let me turn off the music here and turn on the sound. Oh, let me turn off that sound because no, my luck, I'll get a freaking copyright strike We're hearing their freaking music. I'll turn it on once they start talking. We got about 10 seconds. 3, 2, 1, let's go. All right.
Everybody, and welcome to the 9.10 update show. It's October already. That is totally crazy. It's the Hero of Hawaii update show. I'm Titan Dandy, and am
Can you guys hear him okay?
To have y'all here. This is going to be a good show.
Give me a sound check.
Hyped for it. Along
you
with
hear him? You hear
I got
me? Do I
two
need
people you'll know and recognize, Aggro and AJ. Welcome to the show, guys.
What's up, man? Happy to be here.
Super excited. I know you're happy to be here. We got a lot of cool stuff to talk about. So, I mean, I guess we'll just dive right into it. A lot coming out. We have the reaping event.
This is one thing that frustrates me, man. They used to have those nice mics. Now they got these garbage freaking telemarketer mics, and they're not. They don't even have. Those mics are designed to be right in front of your mouth, and the freaking rocket scientist has it way over here. That's why it's so low. I have my sound at full blast.
Mostly objectives we're changing here today.
Objectives.
Yeah, so the Naga is a new early game contested objective we added in the duo lane. That's going to make some big impact over there. It's a big objective. It's a powerful reward. Yep. So we're toning that down a little bit here between the Naga and the Interceptor changes that
Okay, thanks, Ice. Appreciate that, brother.
They're very
Sounds
closely
good.
related. We're going to make the Naga here a little harder to kill. This is going to make it take a little bit more time if you're going to go over there. Maybe make
That's what I'm
the other
saying.
team a better chance to steal or to at least poke you out while you're on it. And then if you do get the Scepter, that damage is coming down a little bit too. So wanted to increase a lot more early aggression across the map. We're going to talk about that some more here in just another moment. But we wanted to be careful about that duo lane snowball, which is really one of the heaviest places you can snowball a whole match. So just toning that back a little bit.
And that makes sense. That's a super powerful objective to grab. So making it a little more of a risk reward, like really having to dedicate yourself to it. Cool play. So next up, looks like we're getting some Fury changes too, both to Golden and Primal.
Yeah, exactly. So like AJ was just talking about, we're definitely
They're just jibber jabbering about Conquest right now, so
dual lane and
whatever.
Receptor in particular, and that feels more individual based.
No, the test server's not open.
We do want to encourage teams to group up and fight a little bit.
They
more
should go live Friday though.
As a unit, more so than just one person having the best pressure.
If the test server goes live Friday, then I'll have a Maui video up Saturday.
As well as its base protections
And power.
And
just
power.
all of it.
It's just getting
around,
worse. It's just getting easier to kill in every way, with a slightly worse reward, but increasing that scaling a little bit to try and get it to that same point in the mid to late game. But we've just gotten the feedback that early Gold Furies, early Furies in general, just end up being a little bit too risky for the reward you're going to get. So we keep the reward close to the same, but decrease the risk by a little bit to try and get teams a little bit more active around that side of the map.
Yeah, make it something that in the early game you have to be a little more cognizant of, because
hopefully they do go live. I would definitely like to try him out.
Or fight it even. So.
Exactly.
Cool. So and I guess Primal and Oni Fury along that same, just for all of them? Okay.
Yes. Yep.
Awesome.
Exactly. All 3 Furies.
Now Pyromance are also getting some changes.
Yeah, this one's a slightly different story, but it's very much along the same
You
lines.
see how their sound is so bad, dude? One guy you can barely hear, and now you can hear him a lot better.
Kill earlier. But it's also going to get a little bit more of a loss in its rewards. So the Team Golden, it's also losing some team experience.
And what's even funny, the third guy on all the way to the right, I don't even, does he even have a mic on?
Not be so symmetrical. So it's very often when you're maybe a little behind or something.
Oh yeah, he does. It's just way the hell down here. Oh my lord, dude.
Yeah, we'll just trade.
That's great. We like that you have options, but it was too close in the total reward.
See, when you become a YouTube content creator or content creator, you're very critical about sound, dude. Or you're very, how you say, sensitive to sound.
Especially in that it's losing its experience by a good amount.
Got it.
But it will be slightly easier to kill too, so maybe you can sneak that in early. Especially
the mics they used the last stream, those are $400 rigs, dude.
Yeah. All right, makes sense. Well, super cool. That kind of covers it for the Conquest changes. So a lot of good stuff coming, but we've just hit the tip of the iceberg with balance. I think we're into items now, starting off with kind of an interesting change here.
All right, here we go, baby.
Right?
Look, I'm a little biased. Maui's my favorite thing in this patch, but this might be my second favorite thing in this patch. This is really big. So Purification Beads and all relics, the way it interacts with when you can fire it.
Yeah.
There are some hidden rules that have made it feel a little less responsive than we would like. And so we've been dedicating a lot of time and effort into investigating how beads and other relics kind of interact with that.
Got it.
We think this is going to make a big difference in how it feels to use Purification Beads. At least we hope it will. So now, if you got interrupted out of an animation, you wouldn't be able to beads while that animation would have been playing, and that made it feel like your beads weren't going off. we have made it so that you can now beads no matter what you're doing. So
anytime you are alive,
Nice.
is the text we went with on the patch notes.
It's there.
So you can't beats while dead,
So
but
not
any
dead.
other time is good.
Yeah. now
anytime
they're
you've
real
got
loud,
color
I
on your
gotta turn them down a
screen,
little bit.
you're not on the grayscale, you're allowed to use purification
See ya.
beads, and it has made a really,
there,
really
now I'm
big
not
difference
blowing your
in
ears
the
out with
high-level
these foes.
players, really noticing it.
Yeah.
I trust Lermy in saying that she's noticing it.
True.
And we think that this will make it feel a little bit more responsive, that your beads are going off more consistently, and you're not getting those moments where you're like, I was smashing it, what was going on? Hopefully this will remedy some of that.
Got it.
We're really interested to hear the feedback of this going forward.
Yeah, that's
especially
big,
since
dude.
we're applying
That's
these
huge.
special rules to just beads. We'd love to hear more about how do the rest of the relics feel compared to beads. Is there some other issues we can look into? It's always something that there's a lot of details, a lot of digging worth going into. So
Yeah.
I think this one is going to be a good start. We're going to learn a lot, and we're going to see some really hype plays because now you can pre-beads while dashing and stuff like that to prevent yourself from getting interrupted from it, which is really crazy.
Yeah.
Yep.
Dude,
So
the
the
that
skill
is
ceiling is
huge,
going
man.
up a
That
little
is
bit with this
huge.
change as well.
That's
Yeah.
incredible. Now I can no longer complain that I just ate my input, so now I have to.
Well, you can maybe.
Yeah,
you know.
maybe, yeah, but
So let us know if that still happens to you even after this change. Please let us know.
Absolutely.
And submit video proof.
and making it harder to look good even when you're not good. All right, well, super cool. Excited for that. Next up, looks like we kind of have a couple mage items getting some touch-up work here, starting with a nerf with Warlock stuff.
Yeah, so Warlock Staff has finally become
Come on.
a real mainstay item in Mage builds. It got a little bit of a rework not too long ago and still took a while to get up there. Now we feel like it's just a little bit too efficient at what it does, and this is a stacking item that's supposed to have this big payoff as you start to continue to accumulate stacks.
Come
we want
on.
to shift that power more into
How
making
did it
sure you're
become
getting
OP?
your stacks
It
and not
hasn't
just
been
getting
changed in
the great
freaking
stats
years,
right off the
dude.
rip,
Come on.
and you'll get the stacks whenever you need it. So this is a little bit more in line with something like Transcendence that doesn't get its CDR until you fully evolve it. Now Warlock Staff not getting its percent pen until it's fully evolved.
Come on,
Okay,
dude. That's
cool.
some
I
BS.
mean, it makes sense too. With an evolving
I mean, I
item,
only
getting
use it on
the
a
power
couple
spike
builds,
after the
but still,
evolution,
you know what I'm
it's a
saying?
natural progression of things. So
Right.
next up, Book of Thoth. A little bit of a buff going there. It looks like
Okay.
some magic pen.
Okay.
This is a spicier buff than
Very
the
spicy.
Warlock Staff nerf was.
Ooh, they
that's for
added
sure.
10 penetration on
is now
Book of
gonna
Thoth.
provide
What?
10
What?
Magical penetration flat.
Yes.
And evolved. So this is
Yes.
effectively a new flat pen option for
Yeah.
mages, which we think is really exciting. We're
Bro.
always interested in providing our
Bro.
players with a good
Cuckoo Khan just
group
got
of options
OP
within this
overnight,
specific
baby.
kind of
Let's
type
go.
of niche stat that you feel like you need.
Yeah.
So we don't want you boxed into just the same ones. You will have to stack it before you get it.
Right.
But this item was already felt, potentially pretty
it's
good. in a
once
couple
it's
places.
evolved.
Maybe it was
Keep
getting
that in
edged out
mind.
by
It's once it's
warlocks. Maybe it
evolved.
works better on certain gods than others, but it's got a lot of potential now.
Oh, for sure.
Especially with this change.
Yeah.
And mages in
But
general
dude,
could
any
use the
kind
help
of
a little bit.
extra
So
pin on an
we do
item we
have
already
one
used,
more
that's a
mage
plus,
buff to talk
dude. That's
about,
a win.
but, the Book of Thoth is definitely the one that people are going to be at home.
Very spicy.
Yeah,
Definitely doing the
thinking
theory
about.
crafting around because I think we're going to see a lot more of this with this change.
Always good for item diversity for sure. So as you mentioned, one more Charon's coin also getting a buff. Looks like magic power.
Yeah, just a little bit more magic power on Charon's. We're seeing Obsidian Shard be far and away the more popular 20%.
Yeah, they needed
option.
to buff that one, dude.
Charon's
That
has
one
a lot
was
of great
a little
utility
weak.
and a lot of great stats that it gives you, but it was lacking a little bit in the
10
power.
power, that's
Not
a good-
bringing
that's
back
a
up
good
to that
buff for
100
that
mark
one,
that
dude.
it once dominated.
Exactly.
for
Yeah,
that,
asterisk.
And there's a
God.
lot, the 9.5 update changed a lot since the last time this was at 90 power. Something to keep in mind.
It looks like a small change, but this item has been really fine-tuned over the years, and little bits have gone and made really big differences in the whole mage build meta before, especially on this item. So,
Yep.
No, that's
going
a good.
careful here.
That's a good buff for
should be
Crown's
helping mages
coin,
out
man.
one way or another.
Yep.
If it's just a little bit.
Sounds good. It's crazy too how you could you release an item and any tuning you do, it's crazy back and forth. But after a couple years, you're like, all right, listen, we
It
changed
only
the
takes a
power
few
by
years to be balanced.
yeah, we changed the power by
just
2 in
years,
this,
you know.
and it sounds crazy, but that's gonna shift the meta entirely.
Like when we took Pen to 13 or 12 or whatever.
Yep.
Yeah, it's
Yep.
bananas. So next up, Silver Branch getting a nerf on it.
Yeah, Silver Branch is just proven to be a little bit too splashable in builds that don't require you to hit the passive threshold whatsoever. This is supposed to be an item that really
So they
incentivizes
decreased it
you
by
to
5,
build a
and
lot
then
of
they
attack
made it a
speed
little
and
more
not
expensive to
punished
get.
for overcapping, especially on attack speed stim gods. When on her is building Silver Branch,
Right.
and-
With 0 stacks. They're
right,
like, yep, I
with,
still want it.
2.1 attack speed, I mean, Silver Branch is probably a little bit too good. Obviously going to keep an eye on the overall hunters builds in the late game
course,
and what percent pen options they have as they continue. But we felt pretty comfortable that in the short term, Silver Branch seemed a little bit too good.
All right, well, cool. Sounds good. Next up, this kind of seems thematic. Devourer's Gauntlet getting a little bit of a buff, some pin, it looks like.
Another very spicy change here. So we have not seen this item much in quite a while, and you know
Dude,
the mages
I don't
got a
even
cool
use
little
that
new
item.
toy, and so the hunters and I guess potentially assassins shall as well, with Devourer's Gauntlet now providing 10 physical pen, flat pen when evolved.
Yeah.
Pretty exciting change.
That's
Pretty
interesting.
big development to this item that generally
Used to
just
be
gave
good.
power and life steal.
Whether
not
they
much
over
else.
nerf it or something.
This new stat on it is definitely going to make it more attractive to a whole variety of gods. Maybe we see it a lot more. Could change up the starter items that people build with it because hunters tend to build a lot between their starter depending on their first item.
Yeah.
With the Transcendence nerf we had in the bonus balance as well, that's always something to keep in mind. A lot of these changes were written with those recent bonuses in mind. So this could shift that lane more towards Devourers. And
I'll have to
less
check
away
it
from
out,
Transcendence.
man.
We're seeing
Like I said, I've never
overwhelmingly
really
more
used it.
Transcendence for a while now.
Yeah,
right?
not even close.
Yeah.
And I
Yeah.
think it's really important to remember for both Book of Thoth and Devourer's Gauntlets that we are in a world where everyone has more HP,
Yeah.
more physical protection. We're not getting back to what we were at pre.
We got a long way to go before we
long
go.
way to go, but
Yeah.
introducing a little bit more exciting itemization and a little bit more lethality for these for these
I'll have to
damage
check it out and
classes
test
early
it,
on.
man.
You also got to stack them up all the way before you get those.
It's not
right?
it's
gotta
not
evolve it.
instant, so you know they're really exciting and really spooky in a good way, I think. But
It
I
is the
think
month
that
for that.
I'm stoked for these two changes.
me too, man. I can't wait. It's
Yeah,
been fun playtesting.
It'll be good to watch out for them. So
Yeah.
next up, Heartseeker getting a little bit of a buff. I
Physical
know it is at
power,
least not running your
25%
pockets
life
as
steal.
much, but
Oh,
what
that's
else is
pretty.
going
That's
on?
pretty good.
We're looking still at ability assassins now.
Yeah.
We've seen a couple. It was basic attackers that were really out in front for
Yeah, for
most
a
of
good
this
while.
year
Increase
for a
the
while.
physical power
As the pro
requirement
meta
to
has
reach
developed, it hasn't really
maximum
reflected the
6%
exact same
bonus
stats as the
damage.
rest of the game. But we're seeing a lot of these ability-based assassins struggle, especially in normal conquest and ranked conquest. So we're looking at Heartseeker and seeing this item that people really haven't been purchasing very much in a long time. The cost we felt like was the number one thing that was just prohibiting people from getting.
Yeah.
So
from getting
expensive.
it was really up there. So it brought that down a little bit, and then the
That,
smaller
dude, that
buff
is a
here
pretty
it's
good
gonna allow
buff,
you
dude.
to
That's a very
stack
good
to the
buff. This item
maximum
works
damage
very well
threshold
on
without having to
Chiron.
build as
That's a
much
really good
power,
Chiron
which,
item.
After quite a lot of power build calculations that Aggro did in his designs of Rangda's and Lono's masks, this made a lot more sense to bring this threshold down a little bit because 400 is a pretty high number to reach.
Yeah,
Yes,
for sure.
indeed.
Well, cool. And props to you for doing those calculations. I know 2 hands
Oh,
in
he
a
did the math.
calculator.
Yeah, the math.
No, I can't. So glad we have somebody like you who can do it, because I would be back there like, man, I don't know, 2 + 2 could equal 4.
I'm gonna be honest. I just messaged Pon and have him do it for me. Because
He is our resident math
yeah,
expert.
he's the
at
math guy.
least we have a
Game
resident
designers
math
aren't afraid of math, though.
No.
They might have to practice
You
it
really
quite a bit,
can't
but
be,
you know.
honestly.
Yes, they might have to practice.
All right, well, cool. Next up, looks like we're getting into the more Guardian area here, and Heartward Amulet and 2 of its glyphs getting some buffs, it looks like, to protections, yeah?
Yeah, to the aura in particular. So of course this
aura
also
in
affects the
particular.
user of Heartward
Nice,
Amulet and
dude.
both of its
Nice.
glyphs, but Heartward just feels a little bit underwhelming, and that's when you see some magical heavy compositions.
There's a
it
couple
has
builds where I
glyph
use
options,
a
which
couple of my
makes it
tank builds. I
inherently a little
use
bit
the
more valuable.
evolved one.
And it's still not being picked up. It means it's probably not good enough at its job, and its job is to make your team healthier and better against magical damage dealers. So putting a little bit of strength there. Obviously, you have to be a little careful when it comes to auras because it might seem like a 5 prot buff, but if it's you and your ally, that's really 10 extra protection.
25 max.
Yeah, like you can
Back
get
to
a lot
math,
really
wow,
quickly.
yeah.
So just a little bit of protections in an aura can make a really big difference.
All right, well, cool. So following up into the defensive area, Hide of the Nemean Lion also getting a bit of buff work added, right?
Yes, so this one's going to stack faster to get those blocks.
I haven't been
stacks, you
using
know.
this one. I bet you this would be
Still gone are
strong
the
on
days of the
Hercules.
permanent reflect damage and good riddance on that one. But
Yeah.
now we're focused on this stack-based mechanic. You have to build into it. There's a lot of restrictions on it, so we wanted to make sure it was effective when it did come up.
Yeah.
So 10 seconds down to 8 seconds.
Didn't they decrease the amount of stacks you can get
We
on
gotta
this
be
or
careful on
something?
this
I
one.
remember they
We've
nerfed
done
the
a lot
crap
of
out of
testing
it.
when this item was very strong, and
Oh, yeah.
just warriors could just run at you all day. So taking up baby steps on this one, and overall, feel like it's going to be a good thing. It might work its way into those solo builds.
Yep.
We'll have to wait and find out.
Yeah.
Just slowly steering it back just to see what happens. So cool. Next up, Bancroft's Claw, getting a little nerf actually.
Yeah, speaking of math, by the way, this description.
Nerfs on the main patch, by the way. Exciting.
Yeah, right.
You know, we've been hearing
Going
the feedback
crazy.
about saving them all for bonus. If we need a nerf now, we will nerf now.
Yeah.
It's all about
Decrease
identifying,
shield
getting that data and feedback in
1%
at the
of
right
max
time.
hit points.
And this one, Really popping up really big right now, huh?
All of a sudden, people kind of realizing that this one's pretty good.
Your
I will
Hades is
say,
meta now?
All of us, yeah. Somehow we finally gotten there.
Spread the word.
Yeah.
Spread the word.
This one, I mean, Bancroft's Claw, very, very potent at what it does. You have to be very close range, but the gods who use it well use it a little bit too well. And we feel like the damage component of it isn't as egregious as
reasonable.
the shield. And the shield, because it isn't affected by anti-heal, all that kind of stuff, just gives these gods a little bit too much survivability to go
what
along
shield
with
are they
that
talking
damage.
about?
So
Bancroft's
just making it
talent
so
doesn't
that
give
you're
a
getting
shield.
less of a shield. Again, this can stack among how many gods you hit, multiple stacks of the item, all that kind of good stuff. This should be pretty noticeable when you're getting one of those massive health shields. Again, there's still a max HP component. We're definitely going to be keeping a close eye on Bancroft's Claw, but we feel like this is a pretty safe first step in not immediately removing these claw gods from the meta, but
Let Hades have some time.
A little bit at least. So, well, cool. Yeah, I mean, I love that we're starting the October off.
Bancroft's talent is lifesteal. I don't know what the hell they're talking about.
Perfect. Out of the scary stuff yet. So
What
next
are they talking
up,
about?
these
Shield.
changes are a little similar. We're over to earrings now.
I'm gonna have to
And I
look
know
at that
earrings
after
have had a lot of
the
back and
stream.
forth 'cause they're crazy
I think they
items.
might
They're
have
rule-breaking items.
Yep.
So
put the
both
wrong item
Manticore
on there.
Spike and Fabulous Hoops kind of having some similar changes done. Yeah.
Yep, increasing costs on both of them. You know, that's mostly to address the overall stat efficiency.
Dude, this
We didn't
item
want
is
to nerf the
super,
stats too
super
much. We'd rather
strong
increase the
on
cost. Make sure these items still have a valuable
Sylvanas.
enough total.
Yeah.
It's
This
important,
item
but,
is super,
they were
super
getting
strong
you a
on
little too
any
much for
support
that
god.
price. So, you're going to
Aphrodite,
see Manticore Spike
Chang'ao,
going up a little bit
frickin',
more than
the
Fabulous.
Baron.
Manticore Spike being a little bit more widely purchased, a little more aggressive, a little bit more applicable on more gods.
Yeah.
Makes sense, whereas Fabulous doing a smaller update. And then also, nice note that we are just doing some adjustments on the visual effects, the deployable effects, the self-buff effects, just to make these a little bit more easy to see, easy to pick up on the ground, and better understanding of who's currently recently picked one up, and you should watch out for that.
yeah.
Oh, that's cool then. Yeah, a little more battleground awareness. Can be hard to notice a little hectic in a big old team fight or something. So
Definitely.
Always
Absolutely.
love that clarity. So cool. That actually does it for item balance.
Yeah,
but
they have me
again, we still
confused
got
with
balance
that
to go. We're
Bancroft's
into
talent,
God's
dude.
world
I don't know
now.
what the hell
Starting
they were
with
talking about the
Camazotz,
shield.
getting a little bit of a
I don't
buff, it
remember
looks like.
Bancroft's talent
Camazotz
getting any type of
one
shield.
of those gods that always pops up around
Yeah.
pro, at Worlds time and that kind of stuff, and we're definitely cognizant of that. But wanting to make sure that it's a more damage-oriented buff, that if he's going to be going to solo,
Dude, this
it's
guy's
not
been a
going to
pain in
be
the butt in
helping
arena
quite as
lately,
much. So
too.
just helping out with Screech, one of the more
I've noticed more
guaranteed abilities to
arena
land
players
for
playing
Camazotz, making it
Camazotz.
a little bit simpler to get your damage off there.
Cool.
Trying to keep him in the jungle, trying to keep him full power.
Yep.
Hey, I like Camazotz, so I like the easy ability to bail under pressure. So that ult has always been a favorite of mine.
Yep.
So next up, Thor, kind of also getting a handful of buffs. 3 abilities seeing some changes.
Now, this is really one big buff.
Cyrus.
The rest are
Okay,
kind of
one
small.
big
So
buff.
Milner's
Appreciate
getting some
those
mana,
5 gifted
no
subs,
big
my
deal.
friend.
Cool.
Now, the real one is that Tectonic Rift is now going to deal damage.
Awesome.
Which is a little
It's
bit
Why am I-
spicy, and by that
Did
I
I
mean
not
very
have,
spicy. It's been something that's
so
been
pumped.
theorized
Alerts
for
on this?
years. The prophecy has finally come true. It's a low base and scaling number,
Very low.
but that's very important
we go.
because it can trigger on-hit attacks, on-hit effects,
Including
which
your
is,
ultimate.
which is very important for assassin builds. And then additionally, yes, Thor's ultimate, which applies a bonus damage with chain lightning effect, will now
Yeah, I guess
apply
I had
to
the
damage
alerts
on
turned
that
off. Good
ability,
thing I
which
turned
you
on when I
previously
did. Hey,
could not
appreciate it,
use
brother.
that to trigger that. So that is something that, happens by default, kind of, as adding damage to that based on the rules of his ultimate. So and obviously we were okay with that. Pretty big impacts we expect from this
Yeah.
one.
Huge.
Sounds
Yeah,
like
for
it.
sure. Of course, also it always goes where we get.
Don't
months and
forget,
months
if you're
of
new to
feedback
our
from
channel, you
community
have to
pros
go
and
into
Olympians
the
like Thor
About
needs
how
help,
into your
Thor needs
channel
help.
thing and
then
turn
SPL
on
starts
gifted
up and it's
membership
like,
so
I'm
you'll
actually
never
gonna pick
receive a
Thor
gifted
good
membership.
amount. And it's like, come on, man. But I do think that this. It's really exciting. It's felt unbelievably good to play.
Gifted memberships on
Just
YouTube is
making
different
sure-
from
it's so
Twitch. You
much-
actually
it's
have to
such a
opt
good
into
feeling
it.
to
Hit that
throw out
join
your
button,
wall
and when
over
the
a
paid
wall
subscription comes
and
up,
know
look
if
at the
you hit
top, the
someone
3
to throw your
buttons up
hammer,
there.
like
Click
seeing
that,
the
and you
damage
can
numbers
toggle
pop
it
up
on
has-
there.
has felt really good.
Okay.
It takes away some synergy with like Titan's Bane on him, which is like a cool little trade-off, I think, where Titan's Bane was an insane poke tool.
Yeah.
Now you're getting the Titan's
The
proc
bonus
on your
effects
wall, and
of
you're like,
this
that
ability
didn't do
will
a whole
also
lot, but that
trigger
feels like a pretty fair
on the
trade-off.
damage
Yeah.
added to
I
Connect
expect to
Rift.
see a good amount of Thor after this change, and it's a god that we haven't seen as
Yeah, that's
much
what I
until
thought,
the
dude.
last, like,
I've been
few
playing the
weeks.
game
That's the
1 or 2
cosmic,
days of my life. You know, I knew
comedy
that
of it all.
Bancroft's
The
talent did not
cosmic
look
gumbo
right.
in a way.
I didn't know what the hell they were
I'm
talking
really excited
about.
this. I think that people are going to really feel the difference for Thor, but not feel like it is an overwhelming amount.
Oh, don't worry about it,
really
Roman.
There just to
It's all
give you a
good,
little bit
brother.
of information, give you an item proc on Crusher, Heartseeker, something, Bluestone, something along those lines.
Yeah.
And just make it feel a little bit better.
Well, Athena got a small amount of damage. She became best jungler in the game. So
Why not?
maybe Thor
Yeah, who
will be
knows?
the best jungler in the game.
It's going to be a reckoning.
He still has very noticeable weaknesses in
Yep.
his kit,
Okay,
though.
yeah.
So we shall see. We shall see.
We shall see. Hey, always cool how you can change one thing and you're like, man, I can't wait to see how that alters the combos, the gameplay style. It's that kind of stuff is always fun to watch
Come on.
for sure.
Enough.
Very much
Let's
So,
go.
until I'm getting crushed by it.
Chop,
But,
chop.
Next up, Ganesh getting a buff as well, 2 abilities.
Yeah, Ganesh, just one of those gods that
Wow,
always
he
on the
hasn't been
fringe
touched in a
of-
good
of-
minute, man.
Could be really good, has really good matchups,
Yeah.
but is one of those quintessential supports. And so
Decrease
getting a little bit
self-slow.
less of a self-slow while firing Ohm, that's the big silence effect.
Oh, so he gets 5%
and then
movement
on the
speed.
dash, letting that scale down and cool down. Ganesh is one of those gods that doesn't feel super impactful as you start to put
That
points
sounds
into
like
your
a pretty
abilities
nice
at
buff,
times. You know, you
baby.
get more
He just got
protections
5%
during
more
Ohm,
movement
but
speed when
a lot
he's
of times not while you're
silencing.
really using it.
And then
Getting a
decrease
lower
his
cooldown on that dash
the
with plus
cooldown
15
of his
seconds at all
charge.
events.
Yeah.
Letting him
That's
be a little
pretty
bit more
OP,
survivable
man.
for
That's
the
good.
mid-to-late
That's
game,
good
I think
stuff.
It's going to feel pretty good for this guy.
Not good
Yeah,
stuff when we
super
go against them,
impactful.
though,
I mean,
right?
Hey, strongest damage ult in the game, am I right? That's
One of them. Yeah, if they
Yeah,
just
always
have
good.
I
consistency.
enjoy playing
Yeah,
him,
always a
man.
good meme.
The last
So,
video I
speaking
did on
of
him, I
Athena,
really enjoyed
mentioned her
doing.
earlier.
Yeah.
A little bit of buff. Is she going back to the jungle? again?
No, this is a
Okay.
very support-oriented buff, or at least it's
Yeah.
intended to be. You know how that plays.
Yeah, I enjoyed playing him, man. I am gonna play him more.
Different things, so you know.
Yes.
Go nuts. Anyway, Confound, decreased cooldown from 18 seconds flat to 18, scaling down to 16. That's her key CC.
Yeah.
That's an extremely high cooldown. You know, that was nerfed multiple times over the years during her previous high points.
The prawn.
But now she's really needs some help. Seems like a very reasonable thing to bring down. Other guardians with big CCs have, you know.
Yeah.
And then also very exciting, Defender of Olympus.
Dude,
which I would
that's
say is probably one of the things
that's
that you
gonna
will hear
suck,
from people
my
that say,
friends.
"Oh, I
That's
thought
gonna
that was
suck.
already a
I
thing."
hate going against Athena already with
Athena
that
will now
stupid
gain
taunt.
the damage mitigation, and we also increased that damage mitigation by 5%.
Now she gains
So we're gonna be able to
35%
channel on an ally,
damage
give them 5%
mitigation
more,
when
35%
she's channeling that
mitigation.
ability.
Athena's also going to get it. So now, even if the person you targeted dies before you go anywhere,
Yeah.
or you know any of the other possible
that's her
mishaps that
ult.
can happen during
Yeah.
Athena ult, you will have gotten that damage mitigation for yourself as well. It really helps her potentially as an escape tool, I
Yep.
suppose.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
True,
You
yeah.
get into a little bit of trouble, use your ultimate to escape.
Not usually how you want to use it, but you certainly can do that, you know, and people
Well-
do, and this will make that a little bit better as well. So more flexibility.
Yeah, somebody gets a prime.
Yeah,
game
2-second
through lane or
taunt, by the
dies,
way,
and you're like,
exactly.
"Listen, my only way out is
See ya.
ult
Yep.
solo lane. So
Good luck.
later. So
Yep.
cool. Next up, Hercules getting a little. I mean, I was gonna say buff. I was trying to work in a buff joke because he's buff already, but pretend
Sure
I made
is.
a great one and laugh in the
Oh
comments. So
no, they're freaking
Yeah, so getting a
buffing
little bit more
Hercules
base
too.
attack speed, just felt a little low
Oh,
for the warrior
man.
class in general. And then
Increase basic
increasing his
attack
passive
speed
strength a little bit.
by-
And
oh,
long
0.2,
time
that's not gonna be
SPL
bad.
fans and all that kind of stuff will
Strength
shudder at
from
this
pain.
idea.
Increase their base
Remember,
physical power
the
per
game
stat
is very
from 2
different
to
post
4.
9.5.
Holy
So
crap.
that amount of power doesn't equate to the same thing that it once did. This is what really was his identity at a high level for a long time. Was
Yeah.
he was this level 1 juggernaut that was really, really
Wow.
difficult to bring down. You know, we know that the DR changes made a big difference for this god and really affected him pretty negatively.
Yeah.
And so we feel like this is a better direction to go in right now.
Okay.
But you know, still keeping a close eye
Yeah, I
on
can't
how
believe they just
his-
buff
his
Hercules,
CC
dude.
is
Holy
affected by all
crap.
the
That's
DR changes.
huge,
yeah.
dude.
All right. Sounds good.
Said.
Yeah, and yeah, well said, right? Next up, a god that I kind of have trouble wrapping my head around and achievement hunting. Tyr getting a buff as well. So
You're never going to get that achievement.
No.
Wow,
and
that was
Cthulhu-
toxic. I believe in you,
that and
Harrison. Come
Cthulhu-
on, man.
Thank you.
So
I'll give you dev codes and you can
Yeah.
just, you can just kill 'em.
Tyr getting some bonus stats, really. But the interesting thing to me with this is that these stance change your ultimates.
Yeah.
A lot of times you don't really want to put points in them. There's not necessarily a whole lot going on with them. They really just kind of do what the god's meant to do.
Yeah.
But we're going to make Tyr do that
Please
better now.
buff my
So
boy
he's gonna be able
Vulcan.
to get
Yeah, my boy. Dude,
some of
Vulcan
that
is so
physical
strong
power
right
and
now.
some of
He
that
doesn't need no more
physical
buffs.
Protection.
Dude, Vulcan is just
All
ridiculously
protection.
strong
Sorry, that looks
right
like we
now.
got a typo. That'll happen.
Good to see you there,
But he's
Anakin.
gonna
Haven't
get
seen you in
now
a good minute.
half of the physical power in the defense stance and half of the protections in the offensive stance. So he's always getting both things. They're just in
Dude,
smaller
Tyr
amounts.
is
So
such a pain in
effectively,
my
he's
butt,
just
dude.
getting
He's just
free
annoying. I don't
0 to
even play him. I
25
probably should
of
try
these
him.
stats on all the time. Which
I
is,
think I did
you know,
one video
that has
on
a lot
him
of
in my
impact.
does.
Those a lot of times people see these types of changes. They don't get as excited about them, but they tend to have very
In
large
fact, I was
statistical
messing
impact,
around with
and it's
him
gonna
last
affect the
week.
god overall.
Looking at maybe
Yes.
doing a
the
video
whole
on
time.
him.
Will this be enough incentive to rank the ability over one of his other abilities? That remains to be seen.
Yeah,
but
That'll be up
probably
to
not
y'all.
until later.
if you can find a way to play the early game on tier, this is definitely going to help his late game.
Well, that's the thing is that Tyr doesn't need a whole lot of help early. Is that his lane dominance is near the top. So
There you go.
so we like him being able to scale a little bit better into the late game. There's a stance switcher in his Pantheon in Hell who has a very similar thing in her passive that lets her get a little bit of benefit from light stance and dark stance and vice versa. Feels appropriate for Tyr to get a little bit of benefit in both stances. And
Dude,
not
I
just
just
have
know
to choose
Tyr's
between one or
freaking
two.
annoying as
Cool,
crap
cool.
in
Sounds
arena,
good.
man.
So next up, Shiva, also getting a buff, 2 abilities, Emblazing Sweep and Damura's Tempo.
What?
This is really a buff to his passive, kind of hidden
Yep.
within his abilities.
Really? Okay.
Shiva
Well,
getting
Shiva's
buffed? Are you
passive
seriously?
is
If anything,
very
he should be getting
intertwined into
nerfed.
abilities to give them these different bonus effects depending on
Ay,
if it's
ay,
in his
ay,
basic
what the
destruction
crap?
stance.
Yeah.
And we
Increased
wanted
movement
to really
speed
play that
buff
up a little bit more.
from
We wanted to
20% to
reward players who are paying
25%
attention
in
to that and
bliss
use those
stance.
effects. And
Increased
there's some
protections.
cool things that are going on there. So now we're going to make
Holy
the movement
crap.
speed from Emblazing Sweep is going to be a little bit more powerful in bliss
Wow.
stance, and the protection reduction debuff is going to be a
Wow.
little bit more powerful in destruction stance. As
We'll
well
expect to
as
see
Tomorrow's
more
Tempo,
Shivas in
which
arena,
has
man.
attack speed, buff and debuff. That's also going to increase in intensity.
No, he
here.
does
So
not need
giving
more
Shiva a little
debuffs.
bit
I
more
agree,
utility,
Anakin.
leaning into
There's
that
no
unique
way.
passive of his.
Yeah.
Seeing if we can bring
Oh,
him back
man.
into the solo lane,
Seriously.
or he was very role flexible, so we might even see him more in
Aye,
solo
aye,
or
aye.
even support with these changes because there's a lot of utility here.
Yeah, for sure. And that's definitely, that passive is one of those where keeping track of it is a skill that requires practice. So
Yeah, I know,
agree
right?
with
That's what I
rewarding
was
players who
thinking.
are able to dive into a team
Beat
fight
the
and
weaker
know,
ones, not the
all right,
OP
I'm
ones.
in bliss
Dude,
stance
Shiva's
right now,
already
so it would
strong as it
behoove
is.
me
At
to
least in
use this
arena
ability.
he
I
is.
think that's a really cool
Man,
shit.
if you're
Golly,
team fighting
dude,
and
that
still thinking of
sucks.
the word behoove, you're nuts. Like,
I need to
you're
start
a
playing
goddamn
Shiva
man, that's for
more.
sure.
I need to learn him.
I still can't achievement hunt here.
I haven't mastered
Morgan
him.
Le Fay
No,
getting
probably
a buff. So what's going on with Morgan Le Fay?
Yeah, Morgan Le Fay is one of those gods that feels pretty good, but
You know
just is
what?
a
I
little
have
bit
not
short
seen
after-
a Morgan Le
after
Fay
a
in
couple of
so
nerfs
long.
after her
I can't
release.
remember the last
Felt
time
like
I've
her
seen a Morgan Le
cooldowns were
Fay
just
in
a
the
little
arena.
bit too
It's
long,
been over a month.
And so just reverting a couple of those.
At least that I can
cooldown buffs,
remember.
not the overall damage nerfs or anything like that. We feel like she's doing a pretty
So she
healthy
just got
amount
some
of damage
cooldown
right
buffs,
now,
so that's
but
not too
just
bad.
wanting to be a little bit more impactful in a
I haven't
team fight,
seen her that
especially
much,
when
though,
you're not
for
getting
sure.
CDR until pretty late into your build right now in a lot of mage cases.
Yeah.
When Morgan was meta, it was a lot of Chronos Pendant, if memory serves. So I
Yeah,
think
she needed that
she could really
cooldown,
use
dude.
a little bit of help in
14-second
this
cooldown
exact
is
area. I think it'll
ridiculous.
feel pretty good.
13-second cooldown is
So
ridiculous
next
for
up,
a
continuing
mage.
the mage trend. Soul getting a buff as well. Stellar Burst and Supernova. Looks kind of like a revert.
A buff?
Yeah, with a couple of these characters, we had looking at these
Dude.
reverts because
Soul's
like we said,
pretty
the
strong
the
too,
9 to
though.
5 changes mostly made a very clear case for a very different
Soul's
meta, and it was
pretty
easy to
strong,
just go
dude.
back
That's-
one
that's,
step,
that's
as
a pretty
opposed to really trying to
significant
push
buff right
something
there, man.
different in their whole kits.
Of course, yeah.
You know, we have balance changes that we do intend to push something different in the whole kit, like the Thor change.
Yeah.
Yep.
But not all of them. Sometimes just a small touch is a really good thing for these gods. So Soul, focusing on that power scaling, her early game and her lane dominance is already quite strong. Giving her that late game ability-based damage that's going to give her a little bit more flexibility, maybe even see her come back in the mid lane, which would be really exciting.
Yeah, that would be cool.
Mage ADCs, we've seen a couple of them coming up, so that means that it's possible. But we
Yeah,
haven't
that's
really
what I'm
seen
saying.
Soul.
I don't understand
And,
what the
that means
crap
that we might be looking
criteria.
at Chronos
What
in the
was the
future. No
point
spoilers,
of doing
nothing to
that?
confirm officially yet.
Buffs
But we are
inside of
talking
Conquest and
Little
buffs
conversation.
anything
Fabled
outside of
radar.
Conquest
Yes,
if they're not going to
perhaps.
use it. Some of these
God of time,
buffs
maybe
should not
when it is
be
time.
allowed in
But
arena.
For now,
dude.
it is Soul.
It's
Hopefully
crazy.
join the ranks of,
They might
Freya
make
and
sense
Ulua,
for
which are already
Conquest, but
getting
they
some
make
pro-level play.
zero
So we'll see if
sense
Soul
for
can,
arena
up
or
in
any of
there
the
too.
other ones.
Yes, round out the roster a little more. Cool. Next up,
Like the
Janice getting
Shiva.
a couple buffs as well. 2 abilities getting touched up.
Yeah, Threshold, one of those big utility spells that
course,
good
yeah.
Giannis players understand just how important this is to the kit. And then Through Space and Time got a bunch of changes quite some time ago to how much damage it can do to you. It can't fully one-shot you anymore. Has audio. All that.
That's
kind of
his
stuff.
ult, right? The through
And
space
with
and
those
time. Is
fail
that his?
safes in
Is that his
place,
ult?
It felt like we probably could move up the magical power scaling a little bit.
Just untouched.
This does change based on distance and all that kind of stuff, and that is math that I don't want to mess with necessarily. But just making sure that the base 65% for an ultimate. We know it has a lot of
Yeah,
utility.
I
and
can
it's always
agree with
used
the
for
Morgan
damage,
for sure.
But when it is used for damage, it should probably hit a little bit harder than it is.
Yeah. Just
Yeah,
a
if
little-
that's his
especially
ult,
with
then
the
he
snipes.
did-
If
he
somebody hits
definitely
me from all
needed
the
a
way
buff,
across the
dude, 'cause
map, I'm
his
mad,
ult
but
was
I'm like, all
over
right,
nerf.
like, how did you?
They pretty
that's
much made
right.
Janus
Respect.
Yeah, you deserve
worthless.
That, so
Yeah.
cool. Looks like we're moving into Hunter territory now. On her
Yes.
getting a buff to Impale.
That's right. So Honor just needs a little help all around right now. You know,
Yeah.
he hasn't been doing the thing.
Dude, Anhar is
So,
freaking OP
we're talking
in
a lot
arena.
about Honor and his various.
Oh
utility,
my
his
lord, are you
debuffs.
serious?
He got Aura's like a lion. That's really fun.
Yeah.
But most of all, Impale. That's what everybody knows Honor for.
Dude, Anhar in
this
freaking
ability
arena
known
is
for
strong. I just
chunking.
played one yesterday, dude.
And
He
it
was a
doesn't
pain in my
really
butt.
do
Of
that
course,
anymore.
he couldn't box
lane
with
minions got
Tyson, but
tankier,
still, you know,
gods
it's
got
still it is what
tankier.
it is. He was
So
annoying.
Honor needs a little bit of help to catch up. So we
He's
just went
pretty strong.
straight for a pretty noticeable base damage increase, which I would point out here as a little bit spicier than normal.
Yeah.
Really trying to give this a strong early game presence and a small scaling just to make sure that keeps up with him through the rest of the game.
Well, they made the thing, but it's supposed to
You
be
see, some people are known for
conquest
Impale,
buffs
some
and
people
nerfs,
for
and
Hizzle, you know.
everything else buffs
But
and
what about
nerfs.
the
You know what I'm
body
saying?
pillow
But they're
pillar?
not taking
Like,
advantage
the
of that.
body
All we're
pillar?
seeing
I
is
don't know.
one
sure there are a lot of
change
people
for
who do that.
That's
everything
what I know.
that
Every
might make
time
sense
I
for
get hit by it, I'm
conquest,
like,
but makes
it's
zero
slow.
One
sense
of
for all
Honor's
the other
best
modes,
moments, I'd say.
or
Honestly,
especially
yeah,
arena, the only
a
one we
golden
care about,
moment.
right?
So next up, Charybdis getting a couple buffs as well. Spike
Oh,
shot and
oh.
capsize.
I started
Charybdis
playing
just
her
falling a
2
little
days
bit out
ago,
of the
baby.
meta and
When were we
feeling
getting?
like she could use a little bit of help. So helping her a little bit with the splinter base damage. That's the shots that come off of your AO1.
Oh
Yeah.
man!
Of course, that also includes
You know
the
what?
AO1 shot
I'll take
through
it,
the
man.
wave,
Even
which
though
and a direct hit
that
on
buff
God.
was not
Exactly.
necessary
So
because she's
helping
strong
her
as
with
crap
her
already,
ability
as
to
y'all
not
saw
only
yesterday.
clear, but box a
But
little bit more
I'll take
effectively.
it, man.
This is
I'll
kind
take
of
it.
her version of
I'll
a
take
stim
it.
Yeah.
in her boxing fight. It is making sure her stim feels
Dude,
a
who
little bit
comes
better.
up with these? I
And then
swear to God,
capsize,
I
that's
bet you
the
that they have
2,
this
just making
conference
the
room with a
base damage a little
dartboard,
bit higher,
and they
you know,
just
it
throw
takes a
darts
while
on
to
who they're
charge
gonna
up if you
buff,
wanna get the
man.
full
They're just like, who are we
effectiveness,
gonna buff
proc
next?
treadmill, all that kind of stuff. Wanting to reward players a tiny bit for doing that a little more.
Oh my lord!
Awesome.
So is Ishtar gonna
looks
get
like
buffed
there's
too?
one remaining here in the hunter category, and that's Ishtar, also getting a buff. And View Arrows kind of getting some touch-up work along with Rolling Thunder.
Ishtar, new
What did I
goddess.
say?
New goddess.
What did I say?
As usual, we wanted to really give her time to breathe, give players
Oh,
time
man.
to learn her,
What are they
learn the
buffing?
builds, learn the skill curve, see how she really ends up, and decided we're okay
Her
with moving
inbud
forward with a few
arrows
buffs.
increase
we
the
always
duration.
are very
right?
careful
Increase
with
the
new
damage
gods
from
and buffs like this.
from
but,
storm shot.
the main things we want to focus
From
on with
80
Ishtar was looking
to
for
85%
exciting
Ishtar's
things
basic
to get in
attack.
the imbue arrows, especially as you rank it up.
Yeah.
This we made a
Oh,
couple
have
changes here
these
across
have these
all
people
of the,
even played these
a couple-
guys?
so
Oh
the
my
duration's
lord!
gonna
Now
apply
don't
to
get me
all
wrong.
of
You know I love playing
So
Ishtar.
Storm Shot. That
Oh,
one's
my
gonna
Lord.
just be doing more damage all the time because it's already a flat percent.
Oh, man,
reduction
these
of
guys are
basic
gonna make me
attack.
cry.
That's the long range shot, and then the
Dude.
strike shot. That's the AOE lob.
Bruh.
That one is going to get us.
I can already do 60, 70,000 player damage as is with Ishtar. This is gonna be making it a norm.
We also have the Rolling Thunder buff as well.
Oh
This
my
ability
lord!
can hit
You gotta be
multiple
kidding
times,
me,
but,
dude.
At most, it usually hits twice.
Right.
We were getting a lot of reports that
Oh,
it just
man.
felt a little underwhelming, a little bit low damage in its overall poke. It
Oh,
can still be a
man.
very strong interrupt tool or a CC tool,
Oh.
but we did want to take that damage up a notch. So even though this is still looks like a relatively low number, keep in mind this number can multiply out a few times.
Yeah, you can stack it.
I
on,
cannot
especially if you
believe
catch
they
somebody running
buffed
away and it's just
Ishtar,
like,
dude.
ow,
That's
ow, ow.
insane.
So,
Don't get me wrong. You know I love
So
playing
very
her.
excited about this new goddess. We've overall heard fantastic feedback. People say she feels great to play. Very
I've had a lot of
smooth,
fun.
streamlined kit. Very satisfying. It's a word that gets
Yep.
used a lot.
Absolutely.
Those skill shots just feel great to hit, but just wasn't quite getting that impact in the number. So a few buffs here, and we'll certainly be keeping an eye on her.
Yeah, see where it goes. Well, with that, it looks like we are wrapped on the balance for the 9.10 update. So that was a lot of stuff we just went through. Obviously,
Oh,
I
man.
don't even remember all of it off the top of my
Dude,
head.
this
I'm
is
holding
better
the
than
script,
some of the
so
comedy
make sure to check
hours
out
I've
the
watched
update
on
notes. They're
Netflix.
live right now. They're going to have everything we just talked about and the numbers and all that math we talked about that we already did, so you don't have to worry about it. And those are all live now, so get into that. Next up, we have community news. And there is so many cool things to talk about, starting with something kind of new. We love Smite Night. Happens on Saturdays. Hop in, earn some free rewards, play a cool game mode. Well, coming near the end of October, so the weekend preceding Halloween, we are going to be doing a weekend Smite Night. So it's going to go from the usual Saturday start time all the way through the end of Monday. So Monday
Yeah,
night
for
you can
sure.
be playing Halloween night.
You're
you
gonna
can
see
be playing
Caribdis
Smite
and
Night.
Ishtar like
and this one is
crazy.
very special. You'll be in the Corrupted Arena, which is an arena that we all love. But
No, we don't.
you're going to be able to use a whole variety of scary skins. We're going to have a wide roster of spooky Halloween-themed skins.
No, they haven't
available
showed
for you
the
to
skin
use
yet,
totally
Justin.
free. Just hop in.
They
and
just
for the
finished
Smite
with the
Night
item
weekend,
buffs and
celebrate
nerfs.
Halloween, use those. But not only that, this is also a collab Smite Night with the metal band Hath. So as you're playing, you will also be able to unlock a Hath music pack.
Oh,
so
that's awesome.
yeah, right. Like it just it fits the
Crossover
theme.
Smite Night.
Yeah, so it's super awesome, and this is the first time we've tried something like this. We're really excited to work with Hath on this. It's going to be incredible, so make sure y'all check out. It's a long weekend. There's cool crossover collab rewards, and there are going to be all kinds of scary skins, totally free to use for that.
What does
weekend.
Halloween
So,
fall on?
Like a costume party for Halloween. So super excited about that. Super excited to show that off. Next up, I just wanted to call out that right now through Prime
Falls on a
Gaming, there's
Monday.
the Monstercat Cosmetic Bundle available for y'all to claim. So make sure that you do claim that before it goes away. You still have a little bit of time left, but obviously these things don't last forever. So make sure you get all the crab goodness right up front and claim that as soon as you can. And to follow that up, later on October 24th, so again, still have some time, there's going to be an Avatar The Last Airbender cosmetic bundle coming out. So we're really loving being able to push all these amazing crossovers, and I love all these
And
things.
don't forget about the GUC Halloween special,
So again,
October
October
22nd,
24th, make sure to look
11:30
out for
Eastern
that. We're
Standard
super
Time in the
excited
morning on
for
a
it.
Saturday.
It's going to be really cool.
Sub on
And
sub,
last but not least, I told you,
5v5s.
community news is huge this time. Last but not least, if you haven't noticed, Golden Bolts is going on right now. Nominations are open until October 18th. And make sure to get them in. If there is a community member that you're super proud of, or a content creator, somebody in the Smite community that you love and think deserves recognition, make sure to get those nominations in before October 18th so that they can move on and we can, get them the reward they deserve. There we go. That's what I was trying to work out. So, again, if there's a community member you love, make sure to shout them out and go get those nominations in. We tweeted about it recently, but we'll
Our Halloween event will be October 22nd. It's going to be a Saturday, 11:30 Eastern Standard Time. I'll be streaming it here on YouTube, right?
So that
It's gonna
does
be
it
5
for
on
the
5
event part.
subs
SPL
versus
news
sub
is up
private
next,
games,
and we
so
just
don't
wanna
forget,
remind y'all,
man.
Phase 3 is in full swing, still going hard. Make sure y'all are checking it out on the weekends and getting all that smitey goodness in through SPL because, I mean, the matches are going crazy. That's what all this, a lot of this balance really changes up. You know, it's crazy when a god gets 5 more damage and all of a sudden becomes super cool in the SPL. So make your predictions on what these changes will do to SPL, and then I don't know, say I told you so when it actually happens. Next up, a little bit of merch news. Just want to let you know the SPL jerseys are available
Come
now.
on, dude,
So,
get
pick one
to
up
the
and
new
support your
guy.
favorite
What's
team.
up?
We're
We don't
moving
care
towards
about your
SWC, so,
merch.
You know, what better to rock to SWC than your favorite team's jersey?
You could wear Amaterasu hoodie.
That's true. You could also do that, but not all of us are that cool, unfortunately. So
I'm just imagining like AJ's suitcase opening up once he gets to Texas, and it flips over, and it's just like 10 Amaterasu hoodies.
Oh,
in
yeah.
there. It's nothing
Come
else.
on.
we're gonna do like the
Maybe I'll wear a jersey just to mix it
Dude,
up.
I still cannot believe they buff
They'll
freaking
be-
Ishtar.
oh,
That's
yeah,
just
I wore a
insane,
jersey every
son.
day, just under the hoodie.
Yeah, it sounds
so.
like
Super cool.
I don't even think these guys have ever
covers
played
it
Ishtar.
For the news, I guess. So again, so many things going on. Super cool October Smite Night or Halloween Smite Night. Monstercat bundle, Avatar bundle.
Yeah,
on the
hopefully we
way,
get a good
Golden
turnout
Bolts,
for
an
those
incredible amount of
5v5s,
things.
dude.
So make sure y'all are keeping an eye on
If we
that
get a big
and,
turnout,
checking the update
I'll
notes
stream
for
it
more
for at
information on
least
anything
5,
that
6
might have
hours,
flown over your
depending,
head, 'cause I was
as long as we got
talking
the
really fast.
interest
So next,
there.
we're moving into quality of life, and this quality of life change roundabout is related to CC and the icons, I guess, right?
Yes, yeah, exactly. So, recently we've recategorized a lot of CC,
Yeah.
Made roots hard CC, things along those lines, and wanted to increase some clarity on the CC duration bars that you see that fill out.
Yeah, the guys,
Those are the black and white
the
bars and
Maui will
icons that
come
will
out to
apply
you.
on
They'll probably show us the
enemy-more-friendly
skins first.
nameplates, so like
Correct.
of your player character.
Got it.
Yep. So now Roots and Mesmerize will have new icons so that they can be a little bit more clear. And other hard CCs have been adjusted to better reflect the closest other similar CC. There's some more details on the actual notes that,
Right.
if you're interested, I would encourage you to check out.
Yeah,
And a shout out to Lermy on this one.
yeah, true. Lermy was the leading force on this one. So again, the refined, more eloquently written version of that is on the update notes. So make sure y'all check it out. You'll be able to see or get a preview of what some of those symbols will look like as well. So
Weapons
always good to
demos.
check the update notes. Next up, we have a bit of a bug fix here that we're
the Ren Fair.
really proud of actually. And AJ, if you want to get into this one.
Yeah, this is one we want to talk about. So we have likely found a bug fix that is causing a majority of the console lobby problems. So I know a lot of people
Good.
are having, getting some
Finally,
frustration
our
from
console players
going
are
into
getting a
game
little bit of
Smite,
love. Not that I'm a
getting into the
console player,
pre-match
but
lobby, usually
our
on
sub
ranked
console players,
on
our
consoles.
subscribers that
And
play on
then
console
they
have
would
been having
often
hell
just
with this.
lose responsiveness or become frozen or eventually crash or get kicked and then get deserter, etc.
Exactly.
So we do believe we have a large solution. We don't want to call it entirely fixed. As we can see, this has been a really complicated issue. We've been looking into it, been gathering data for months. We have been making progress bit over bit, but this is a big milestone in the progress on it. So don't want to call it completely fixed,
of course,
but this should improve it by a noticeable amount next update. And of course,
medieval weapons.
If you're already one person who's been experiencing this, please continue to let us know if it's better, if it's worse, if it's the same. Shout outs to Kitten of Doom, who's been doing tons of work with the QA
Definitely
team
put in tickets, man. I'm telling you, I put in. I'm not even a console player, but when I saw you guys getting kicked out and getting those Zinner penalties, I started putting in tickets myself.
We've been running so many tests over previous patches, but yeah, this is a big milestone. Thank you so much for everyone.
One of our guys got like a 72-hour freaking deserter penalty, which was BS.
This is a big step forward, and if we see any more issues like this pop up, hopefully we'll be able to address them quickly. We've gotten a lot more.
Yeah, it's been a lot of learning, and it's been quite a process. But again, y'all always help.
Video games are a complicated business, you know. I know that you hear that probably sometimes from everyone, but it's true.
Yeah, it sounds like a cop-out when we're like, guys, video games are hard. But no, they're actually just really hard. Like, that's just no gaff. That's just true.
It's true.
Yeah.
All right, well, cool. And that is kind of the end of that. We're on to a section that I always super love. The section where we get to show you all the cool new skins coming out. So, first off, we're going to talk about the Reaping. The Reaping is coming back to Smite. We're super excited for it. For those of y'all who have experienced the Reaping before, you kind of understand how this event works.
Anybody that goes against our crew knows what the Reaping feels like.
You earn pumpkins by rolling the chest or buying
what are you talking about, son?
From the Reaping event. And there are rewards per the amount of pumpkins you get. If you get up to 3 pumpkins, you will have an Aphrodite skin, which we'll be showing you in just a second, obviously. And if you get all the way to 6 pumpkins, you'll get a Scylla skin, which I very purposefully did not put the full name of the Scylla skin in my description here when I practiced this in the mirror, because the skin is so cool that I want you to see it like when we see it here in a minute. So super incredible, but the Reaping is
very interesting. Very interesting.
And let's just get right into looking at the skins, starting with the first one, which is, I'm flipping over my notes to make sure I do this in the right order. Haha, Dark Magic Aphrodite.
Very excited for this one.
Ooh, nice.
Definitely on theme. You know, very
nice,
very creepy, but really, really awesome type of thing for Aphrodite. You know, she's got the
looks pretty on point, dude. That looks pretty on point. Let's see what she looks like.
Type of magic, you know, dark magic type of feeling.
For sure.
This is very goth fashion.
Yes.
She looks like that one mage on The Witcher.
When we first brought up like goth Aphrodite, everyone was like, yes.
The Witcher's girlfriend.
Yes, like that sounds amazing.
So boxes checked.
Ooh, look at that. Very nice.
I love the energy coming off the staff. Those effects are really awesome.
Dude, that artwork is really nice, dude. They did a really good job with that.
Detail.
That looks really nice.
And I'm sure it looks even better close up.
What the crap?
Yeah,
we have
super
much
awesome.
to learn.
What happened?
Cool. Let's roll the voice.
And we're back.
Yeah.
Oh, that was them. What in the hell's going on?
All right. So.
Okay, that's their stream that's jacked up, not mine.
If the voice line, if y'all didn't hear the voice line, don't worry, we didn't either.
I thought that was my stream that was jacked up for a minute there. No, that's them.
So next up in the Reaping event, we have Honey Bunny Bastet.
Yeah, this one was a fun one to play around with a lot. You know, we end up playing with these skins a lot during playtesting as they're starting to come out.
Dude, that artwork on that skin is really nice.
Honey Bunny Bastet was one that many of us were laughing about over and over and over again. Like,
and there she is.
It's just nothing bad here. It's just all good stuff.
A feat of design and engineering coming together.
Well, hell, now that they're done talking about stuff, I guess I can move myself down, huh?
And her cat pets into jackrabbit style bunny pets, which are really cool. And overall, the skin just looks awesome. I'm really happy with the fashion choices that the artist made in designing her outfit. She looks really good. And as we keep moving through the visuals, skin just looks really good.
Back to normal.
Yeah,
it
really
looks really good all around. Really fun theme for Bastet. Oh, there we go.
Nice.
In game for this one.
True. We're in a different environment. Still, yeah, absolutely great looking though. I super love it. And like you said, the color scheme is incredible. I love the like pink, blue, or to purple, the hue shifting type stuff. It's just always a pleasure to look at that color scheme, especially in game too.
And throwing a giant bunny at people is just really
never gets old. Never gets old.
True.
Throwing cats was fun for a while, but it's like we've done that.
Yeah.
What's next?
We've been throwing cats for a while, so.
Dude, the artwork is good. I mean, the skin's kind of silly, but the artwork looks really nice.
It's just a great skin, and y'all definitely have to get in.
This is like an Easter skin. Why would they bring this now? They should have saved that for April.
That's what our artists were telling us about. So let's hear the voice line for this one.
They should have saved that one for April, dude. Maybe I need to get a job up there at High Res as an advisor. A common sense advisor.
My man is ready to kick some butt.
Awesome, awesome. Well, again, another super cool skin to look forward to. I super duper love it, and we have more to go. So next up in the Reaping event, we have Plague Purger Raw.
Yeah, this one is a skin that I got to write the voice pack for, and I really enjoy this type of theme with this like creepy doctor, you know, plague doctor who no one really knows where he came from.
Dude, what is up with this freaking bird face skins? They did the thing for the tier 5 for Hades. Now this guy has it.
More and more sick. Like, it doesn't seem to make any sense.
They love that bird face stuff.
You can tell he's studying up. But in general, I thought that this was just the weapon was such a cool design and so evocative.
Almost scythe-like, which is very fitting for the Reaping.
Very much so. Yeah,
Very
I
much
think I think the skin turned out really well.
The bird skull symbolism and visuals is just always super badass.
I mean, it's okay,
Anytime
I
I see
guess.
that on a skin, I'm like, yup, I'm into it. Cool to see another dark skin for Raw. We don't see too many of those. He tends to be a good guy most of the time. So this is kind of
The
nice.
Plague Doctor is very popular right now,
yeah.
yeah.
Fantastic. Just a lot.
I wonder if
It looks alright. It looks alright.
Hanging out with.
It looks like something from
Grove Torment Hades, the new T5.
what's
skin.
that Amazon game
Yeah,
that
we're all trying to figure out.
New World. It looks
who
like
the
something
guy
out of
did
New
this
World.
to Hades, right?
Yeah.
Maybe he's the one who tormented him with Grove.
Who knows? Yeah. Anyway, let's hear a voice line.
Yeah. My dog's snoring a freaking like a fiend. What?
Cool stuff. Next up, another skin coming to you from the Reaping event. We have Cyber Wolf Scotty. So for those Scotty fans out there, we got a cool skin. I mean, the cyber aesthetic is one that I have always really liked in our
Yeah, I
skins.
don't know what's this bird
and
fetish.
Scotty really just fits the theme so well. And that
Now, this
art.
card art is absolutely sick. Like, extremely
It's like
dynamic
cyberpunk.
action pose. I love it. And you can see Calder just chilling back there.
And a lot of lightning, which is
They
the
say
coolest
this is
thing that any character
Scotty?
can do.
Where the hell's their dog?
I mean,
Oh, it's right here on the side.
I love lightning.
Holy
Robo
crap,
dog.
he's huge.
Dog.
And Robocop.
Yeah.
Wow, he looks huge.
Really cool.
I mean, yeah, just incredibly cool. I super love. Again, it's the
That's,
cyber.
that's
theme,
kind of
metal
cool. That's
plating,
kind of cool.
all of that. Super happy for it. I'm excited for this to come out. I know Kitten of Doom's excited for this to
Dude,
come out too.
I mean, that looks pretty cool.
You're
But that dude is
playtesting
huge, man. That's a
these
big
skins,
dog.
You know, 5 days a week, and you just get to hear how excited Michaela is.
The
to play
artwork
Scotty
looks
in all
really
those
nice,
playtests.
dude. They did a really
You know,
good
she's
job
a really
with this
good Scotty
artwork.
player. She plays,
Yeah,
that's
no
her
doubt.
main. So I've been that Robo Dog has done some serious damage to me, and it's not
Like a
even lies.
Voltron line? Yeah, it does, doesn't
It's already
Doesn't
some
it?
pain. All right.
Yep.
Well, voice lines, for those of you who have noticed, are being a little wonky right now. So you'll be able to hear them through the patch notes.
It does look like something off
so
Voltron for
now,
sure.
we're gonna move past it. So next up, and this one I am so excited
Yes.
for,
Let's go.
is the Scylla skin, Toony Terror Scylla. I was so excited I almost couldn't say it.
Yes.
Oh.
More of this.
Now, we've done a Toon skin before, but
Nightwing's gonna like this one, I bet you.
style.
She
This
loves
was
Scylla.
one that I think this style was kind of the original motivator to a lot of community and a lot of inspiration internally. Now that we've gotten some practice with it, we were really excited to bring it to life here on Scylla skin, and it looks so good, and it fits her really well.
Yeah.
That
I love
looks
how menacing she was in
very
the card art. She's
interesting.
like looming over the
It's
steamboat. like
very,
she's gonna destroy it, but
yeah.
that's Scylla's
Betty
thing.
Boop
she's,
type
she's
style.
seemingly cute and disarming, but she is
half
a
y'all,
terrifying monster.
3/4 y'all don't know what the hell Betty
This skin
Boop
has
is.
a bunch of
Google
extra
it.
features as well as
Just
the final
Google it.
reward in the event.
But it looks like
yeah,
a Betty
so
Boop
again,
type
this is the
art
6
style.
pumpkin reward from the Reaping event, and I mean, and I have to call out the card art real quick. I love that the Toon Baron.
bet you
is standing
Nightwing's
on the
gonna
boat
want that
she's
one.
looming over.
Oh.
So
Didn't even-
yeah, I love when
Yes.
gods are in the same card art. I love it so much. But this is one of those skins that is cool to look at here, but is I think worth going in game for.
Oh,
so let's,
nice.
Let's check it out in game.
Inject this directly into my veins. This is
I
like,
mean,
this is-
100%.
I can't get enough of this like theme for the skins, and as you said, AJ, like Scylla is just like the perfect type of god.
That's pretty cool.
It just fits her so well.
Just like some little flowers moving around in that
Yeah.
crush. Of course, we've got the dogs, which are all sorts of fun little doggos from on this skin. Oh, they're coming out of the little doghouse.
Oh, that's
Oh,
cute.
Cuphead. Yeah, it's
What
like
a cartoon
Cuphead.
doghouse.
Cuphead
Yeah,
is
that's
kind of
one
like
of those,
Betty
attention
Boop
to
back in the
detail
day.
Things that like they definitely didn't have to do, and they did, and it's so
It
much
does look
better.
I
like
love
a
those flowers in the flower
Cuphead type
patch, too.
theme.
Yeah.
They're cartoony yet they're alive.
Yeah, and
That explosion
Smoke,
is
yeah.
so cool.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, that's
incredible. And so
nice.
many things. I mean, I talked to the art team about this, and they had so many things they were excited about. They have a VXG, so
Special emote.
yeah, let's check out that special emote.
It's got the Cthulhu stride.
Got that like 1920s
Yes.
cartoon walk.
It's like, oh Lord, he coming.
Yeah.
Get out of
so-
my way. I got places to be.
Yeah, that is the you're
Me
like
on the way to my jungler's back camp.
I was about to say, yeah.
I'll be taking
This,
these.
oh man, this is meme factory. And it has its own signature cartoon soundtrack that
I like
plays
it
over
because
it
it's
that is
different.
super
You know what I'm saying?
fun.
It's
Yeah.
out
Really
of the norm.
well-designed
That's what makes
music.
me like
People
this
have been
one.
raving about it.
Yeah,
for sure.
it's fantastic.
So and
Just
this,
imagine stealing the Gold Fury and then
Yeah, Scylla's
strutting
definitely
away
strong,
with
for
it.
sure.
It's so
yeah.
funny.
time to end the game, I guess.
Yeah.
So I am super excited for this, and also, and you know, shame we can't show it off right now. Y'all just have to see it in game, I guess. But super cool voice pack work as well.
Yep.
So,
But you know what's funny? I haven't
endless
seen too
shouts
many
out to this. I
Scyllas
love
in the
this
arena
theme.
of late.
Definition of swag.
The only time I see
True.
Scyllas is when I play it.
This is me 10-0 walking back to lane to continue being the winner, I guess.
Yep.
But yeah, so
Yeah,
definitely
she has
we
some
hope y'all
kind
love
of
this too.
their
because we want to
systems
make,
jacked up. They
a
can't show the
skin
special
like this
emote.
for everybody ever. So super cool, super exciting.
Unless it
And
was the
again, that is
dance.
the reward for the reaping event. So
Maybe
make
it's the
sure to collect
dance.
those pumpkins. So man, look at her arms.
Yeah, her old's definitely OP.
That is so perfect, like the wiggly arms.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, the attention to detail. I love our design teams.
Her
and artists
her
and
wrap
everybody
is
who puts
OP.
these
You can
things
wrap
together.
3 people,
So
and
next
the
up,
wrap
moving
does
to the
damage.
reaping event
She's a
chest.
good god.
And the one that we're going to show off from that is Bloody Moon Nox. So super excited
Bloody
about that one.
This one
Moon
got some
Nox.
buzz on Twitter.
Oh
It
yeah,
did.
esports
Skin.
doing a spoiler on us.
Nice.
Got
Yeah.
to make a little meme about it. We figured, you know, let's give people a
Now,
little
the
taste of
thing with
Halloween,
Nox, though,
before
as a
Halloween.
Nox
And,
main, it's
I know
all going to
y'all like
depend
it.
on
Here
what
she is,
her
girl from
link
Vampire
looks like.
Glory.
The colors of that
Who's the
link.
cooler goth?
If it stands out, then she'll be worth
Nox is like
using.
always
If
the
her
goth, so you think it's an
AOE
advantage,
and
but
her
then
link
Aphrodite's
is just like
a big change for her.
ridiculously,
True.
But both outfits look great.
flashy,
Both of the
it's not gonna be
goddesses look
worth it.
amazing. Really on point for the theme.
if the
Overall,
test
I
server
think
goes
our
live
team
on
is-
Friday, I'm
Oh,
going
yeah,
to test it out.
I have no doubt they will for sure, and it's just a super good skin. I'm super happy with it.
It looks beautiful.
And,
It looks really
yeah,
nice.
Again, we love how hype y'all got on Twitter for it. We were glad to see that. Like that's one of those things where when y'all get excited like that, everybody that worked on this, everybody that's part of the Smite teams, always sit back and they're like, oh, they love it. Thank you so much. Like it's such a good time. So,
Dude, the
there is
candles
another
looks
skin that
really
we're-
nice.
That is a part of this chest.
That
I'm
looks
fairly
pretty
certain,
cool.
But it's for a little later. We're gonna tuck that in the back pocket, and we'll talk about it later.
Sneaky.
Okay.
So,
So sneaky.
moving past that, so the reaping's gonna obviously drop when this update goes live next Tuesday, October 18th. But coming also in that are some more Odyssey skins. You know, the Odyssey Soaring Isles is still going strong, and a Blazing Tormentor Sylvanas is one of the skins coming out on October 18th.
Spooky Odyssey skins.
Spooky Odyssey skins, yeah, very thematic. So,
Yeah.
and I mean, I feel like it's been a minute since Sylvanas got. Wow, that's horrifying.
My favorite thing is Sylvanas' face mask.
Yes. Yeah. I
Just
love
like
it.
Got the perma
with that
frown.
big frown.
Yeah.
But you know, Sylvanas.
Dude, look at the
doesn't
guy,
do a
the
lot of
little
dark
guy on the
skins
top
at
holding
all
onto a
in
spike. He's like,
crossover, but this is more of something that's all his own.
Yeah.
And it's really fun to see a change up on a god like this, and
oh, snap.
a lot of cool stuff.
Wow,
going
they
on.
did
I
a good
love
job
the
on the
little
artwork
creepy
on that one.
Round face on Sylvanas himself,
yeah,
but that Goliath Grover
Dude,
is
he looks
looking
so
real cool.
huge.
Yeah, very, very cool. I love how, like, this is the same pose that Sylvanas makes on his base skin, you know, up on top, like, holding on. And it's, like, endearing and cute whenever the old
Yeah,
man
they
is
did a
doing
good
it.
job on
This
that
is
one. At least on the
horrifying.
Sylvanas
Like,
one.
this
Yeah.
little
They did really
masked
good.
guy just running around all over the place, and now he's, like,
Yeah, it has the little
leering over you
the
from
fire
on
and
top of
embers.
this Goliath.
That's
It's
really
spooky.
nice.
It is.
Yeah, there are so many things that I mean.
The
I hadn't
skulls,
even
they have the
noticed
fire
before you
eyes that
pointed
glow.
out,
That's
which
really
is now
nice.
my favorite thing, but like the segments in the armor all lit up by like the fire underneath,
Yeah.
and it's a super amazing skin to look
I
at.
have a
so.
gladiator helm reminiscent on the Grover too, which is
Yeah.
cool. Ties it back into Smite, but ever so subtly.
Yeah,
Yep.
and it's such a subtle way. So super great. Again, Odyssey Soaring Isles. The next one, same. From the
Yeah, he
Odyssey.
finally got a good skin,
Darkest
right?
Night, Jablanque.
Oh, that's a good pun right there. I don't
Yeah.
usually
Yep.
like pun names, but that's pretty
The
good.
more.
Yep.
Ooh,
Kind
nice.
of a
Who's
take on
this?
a rogue or assassin feel.
Yeah,
for
for sure.
Xbalanque. He's got a little bit more.
Oh, Xbalanque.
Let's see what this kind of Witch Hunter.
Dude, I cannot
Gothic
play that
universe
guy to
type of
save my.
gear.
He's my worst
The
hunter.
flail.
I
his,
struggle with him for
bolas.
some reason.
Yep.
I don't
And
understand
then
why.
I'm always a
I
big
need
fan
to
of the
practice
thief
with him more.
mask and the hood look. Like that looks.
But this
dope
skin
on
thus
everyone.
far looks really
Call me
nice.
edgy all you want. It looks dope. Like,
Yeah,
I don't know
right.
what to say to you.
I'll take my lumps.
I love that we've got a couple skins in this type of theme with like Tsukiyomi having that fiend hunter type of skin. Athena has a really good one. I really like the skins in this theme, so excited to see Xbalanque kind of being added on to those ranks.
Yeah. And the orange highlights, like on the shield right there that it just showed off, like I love when there's a highlighting color like that, and it's just
I don't know, man.
it's
There's
so
something
shiny
about
and
it that's
everything. I
throwing me
absolutely love
off.
it. I think it looks incredible.
He's very stealthy. In
It
the
doesn't-
X-Bal's base anim set
I
is
don't know,
very,
man.
like
That one doesn't
agile
sit well
and
for me for
roguish,
some-
so
for
this
some
just plays
reason.
into it super well. And I know
Something about it
Kane
just
voice pack, so he does have a
It's
nice
offsetting.
like sly British roguish voice pack, which is
Yeah, so super exciting, and we get a little preview too. That's
nice.
cool. That coloring is
Now
so, like,
the
that bright
coloring
orange.
of the bolos
Yeah.
that he's throwing,
Yeah,
that looks pretty
fits
nice.
very, very
Light
well.
'em
The
up.
skin itself, I think it's a miss, dude.
Awesome.
I mean,
Benares is taking the
it
heat.
doesn't do nothing
All right,
for
well,
me.
super cool. So those, again, are Odyssey Soaring Isle skins. You can look out for these, again, October 18th when
Who's
the
your
update drops.
two
and,
favorite assassins?
Super excited for y'all to get into it.
Arachne
so
and
next
Fenrir.
up, we have another addition to the Smite skins coming out October 18th, and this one I'm super excited about.
Arachne's my
We actually
top
have
assassin,
a
dude. I can
crossover
thrash with
skin.
freaking
We have
Arachne.
Cinder Fall Morgan Le Fay.
it's a brand new character coming
Yeah.
to the Ruby
Morgan Le Fay.
roster in Smite.
Yeah.
Not a new Ruby, but new to Smite
New
as
to
part of
Smite
the
Ruby
Ruby characters.
Yeah, coming to the Ruby
Oh.
chest, to be specific. So, and I mean, that card art is incredible.
Dude, that card art looks really, really nice.
Incredibly
Really
beautiful. Like
nice.
the dragon in the background, the fire in the eye, and the foot, and the hand, and the sword. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, just unbelievable, super cool theme for Morgan Le Fay to have, and how well it fits with the Ruby stuff is
Let's
really
see what it
exciting
looks
to see
like, though,
every
right?
time.
Yeah.
I can't wait to see what the team was able to do with the effects and all that kind of stuff, because the card art's looking
Holy
incredible.
crap, because
Yeah,
they
and the
made her
in-game
boots go
model,
any
too.
further
It's
up.
been a while since we've had a Ruby. An
Her
addition
boots go up
the
to her
roster.
freaking
Yeah,
shoulders.
So
About time.
it is about time, yeah. And
Said Reddit to me before we made this.
so I mean, but it's just incredible to look at. Like look at the sword too. I love how it has kind of like the edging looks all dark,
Golly,
and like this
dude.
darker black, and then the fire's in the center there.
Very
Like,
cool.
The Ruby art style is just so unique that you
I don't
can
know
tell
nothing about
right
Ruby,
up
though,
front
so
that it's a
maybe
Ruby
the-
character, right. It's got that anime inspiration, but it's a
Yeah.
very unique take on it.
She has those-
I love it. And
I mean, the
there is
hooker
one
boots
more
aren't
extremely
bad, but the
exciting
fact
feature
that her
about this game,
knees
right?
are so
Right,
high, it's
Andy?
like her calves are like
yes, there actually
stretched.
is. So again, 1,000 pardons for not being able to see the voice lines. They're being very rude to us. But this skin is voiced by the prolific
I don't know.
Jessica
Maybe
Negri.
it's
Is
just
that
me,
the right
man.
word?
Her
That means
legs just
popular
look
and
funny
awesome,
to me.
right? That's what we're gonna
I
go
believe
with.
it's a
I'm-
sushi term.
beats
I
the
got
default
all
skin,
of
yeah,
my-
for
I
sure.
got all of my language skills. I erased them all for the math skills we were talking about
Okay,
earlier.
so-
But yes, the famous cosplayer and professional voice actress for this character
She
in the
kinda
Ruby
reminds me of a
series
Loki skin.
is also going to be voicing the skin.
His
for
magician
her
Loki skin
character
kind
in
of
Smite.
reminds me
Yeah,
of this.
which
Very
is
exciting.
unbelievably incredible. We're super honored to have had, I guess, the honor to reuse that word of working with her for this. It's an incredible voice pack. Make sure that y'all are checking
Yeah, that's
it
what I
out.
say.
Make
Mommy
sure y'all
long
pick this
legs.
up,
Those legs look
in the
funny,
Ruby
man.
chest, because we're again,
She's
it's
like
just a
long.
super great addition to the roster, and like with everything, our team put a ton of work into it. So make sure you're checking it out and reveling in how good the voice acting is and how good the work was on the skin itself. So that'll actually do it for the skins that are coming out with the main update. So again, October 18th, next Tuesday, like not even far away at all. Super excited for y'all to be able to get in on that.
All right,
But,
baby, are we getting to
of
the main
course,
boss
there are skins
now?
that come out with the bonus
To the
update.
new
That'll
god.
be November 1st, so we have a little bit of time, and that's a little further away than October 18th. But we have Odyssey Soaring Isle skins, as always. The Odyssey is just always throwing skins at y'all, man. And the first one is Primordial Paragon Guanyu.
Yeah, this is one of my favorite skin lines that we're doing.
yeah.
Is like, I don't know exactly
the crap?
what it is, but I love it. Like I don't need to know where
We
it
are
came
making
from.
up our own new stuff.
That's what
now.
I'm saying.
is this?
And I'm here for it.
Hachiman?
It's very unique, and that's what's really exciting about it. And it looks great. We saw it on Anubis, and now
Yep.
we're going to see it here on
Yep.
Guanyu.
Yeah.
Oh,
His horse
Guanyu.
is looking really cool.
Oh, incredibly like the
It looks
face that is, like,
very
almost like a
interesting.
shield with
I don't
the
play him,
crystal in the
but it
middle
looks
of
very
and the
interesting.
chest.
Holy crap! Look at the size of that.
Yeah, his weapon is just.
Look at the size of that blade. Holy crap!
I've been absolutely loving this skin. I can't wait for it to come out. I think it's
Wow.
really fun. He's got an extra sword, like just in case that massive spear isn't going to do it for him.
Yeah, dude.
There on the back, an auxiliary sword.
He looks
if you
like
will.
Tyre.
It's really awesome. I love
That's
this skin.
a nice skin.
Yeah,
I like
it's
it.
an incredible skin, and like you said,
looks
this skin
nice.
line is just totally unique. It's one of those where,
But dude,
like,
that
I don't know,
freaking
I can't, I like
spear
looking at the
though.
story of the skin,
Holy
and I can't read
crap!
the motive of these skins, you know,
Or
like
that Hellbird,
usually,
We'll have to
whatever
come
it
up with
is.
some backstory. I'm sure the artists have some more backstory.
Oh, I'm sure they do. It's just usually with bright colors like this, I'm like, all right, good guy. He's like white and purple. Like that seems like good guy colors, but they have such a scary presence. It's like, I don't know.
Well, they are at their core. They are alien conquerors. That's
fair.
I can confirm that much.
Okay.
Yeah,
so
he hasn't have a new.
Conqueror
He
does
has not had
usually
a
have
new
negative
skin in a long
connotation.
time.
So all right. Either way, super cool. This is the first of 2 skins with Odyssey Soaring Isles coming on November 1st. The second of which being Spy Master Kali.
Yeah, this one again. Whoever was on the mask duty on the art team for this patch knocked it out of the park. Because
sure.
The Sylvanas mask really cool, and this little mask like the Plague Doctor Raw. We're just in a mask mood, which
Yeah.
is like appropriate. For,
Yeah,
for
it's
the Halloween,
October.
you know?
Yeah.
This witch hunter gothic universe is a really cool place to explore, and I'm like really excited how unique this skin came out when exploring that space. He's got a lot of different type of visuals. That mask being white really stands out.
Yeah.
The hat is very new. We haven't quite seen something like that. You can see all different clothing details. It looks like there's some celestial vibes going
Yeah, and,
on
like,
in
the
the
jacket
clothing. Her weapon looks
Dude,
really
who
cool.
cares about the
I'm
card
looking
art?
forward
Show
to
us the
seeing it here.
skin.
Oh,
There
yeah.
we go.
Those
Oh,
kind
yeah.
of almost Egyptian-inspired Kopesh scythes look really cool.
Yeah. If you
Spear.
see someone wearing like this getup, you're like, they know things that I.
It looks like something you'll see at
They know things about
in
how the
Italy
universe works
with
that
the
I
Illuminati.
can't
It looks like some
I mean, I'm
Illuminati
biased
skin.
because Kali is my default try-hard jungler, and she's also statistically extremely powerful.
It's true.
So, all together, you're gonna want to pick this one up, and just, this will help you. This will, I can tell you, help you crush the ranked kings. Statistically confirmed.
Yeah. Statistically, I mean, y'all heard it here first. So there are
Well, not the skin, but learning to play Kali.
Yeah, it definitely
Yeah,
looks
and the
different.
skin is just icing on the cake. So
Exactly.
Super excited for that. And again, excited to have
Yeah.
this coming out as part of the Odyssey Soaring Isles on the bonus update, so November 1st.
I've got to wait a little. I gotta wait.
You do have to wait a little bit.
But
I
I'm
mean,
still gonna be excited.
Yeah, anything worth the wait. So next up,
Lancelot's
the final
kinda
skin
new. I'd
coming
be
with the
surprised if he
bonus
got a
update,
skin.
on November 1st, again, is one I'm really excited for. Part of the Chibi Bonanza chest, Rumbly Chibi Thor.
Chibi Thor.
Yeah.
Look at him.
I don't play Thor, but any chibis I welcome. I love the chibi skins, dude. They crack me up.
Lightning, which is the coolest thing anyone can do, except for everything that Maui does.
They finally came with a chibi Thor, man. They need a
all the
chibi
chibi
Nox.
skins are always like hilarious. Big head, tiny body, always a funny comment.
Oh, that's the
Long
best
tooth,
skin
put
all
up on
day,
the
dude.
hammer.
That is the
What's up?
best skin all day right
The
there.
hammer.
His hands are so small. How did he even lift the hammer, man? It's so funny.
That's incredible.
Oh,
size.
yes.
He's
Yeah,
got
let's
the
go.
power.
He sure does.
You know I
he's
gotta
worth
get it.
it,
I don't play
and that's
Thor,
all
but you
that
know I'm
really
gonna have to
matters.
get it,
Yeah,
dude.
incredibly worthy. And
How dare we let the balance team buff Thor while he's getting a skin like this?
Yeah, my
It
next
just-
Thor,
it makes it
my
all
next
better, you know,
Thor
like-
video is gonna be a chibi Thor.
Wow. I can talk my head in circles.
I promise you it was not intended.
Yeah.
No.
It's one of those, again, the karmic gumbo is what you said.
Look at his
Cosmic
hair.
gumbo.
Cosmic gumbo.
It's kind of a cosmic gumbo.
A little bit
That's
of
what me and Agra
Right, we
always
always say that.
God.
Dude,
we
they
say
should have
that.
showed
I don't
him
need
in
to buy in
action.
on
I
this.
want to see
No,
him in
it's fine.
action.
You can say it too if you want, but
Alright.
it's important that we say it.
You don't say that.
Roger that. How about we go in game to
You're not
distract
part of
Yes,
the turbo team.
yes,
Let's
go
go
in
in game to
game.
distract from me saying that.
There we go.
Oh my gosh, look at his eyes.
They are piercing. In
Look
game.
at his
I'll say
boots.
that.
He has
like
little
the first time
baby
that
boots.
someone walked into lane using Chibi Thor, I was like, my God, he can see right through me.
I like how we really used cuteness as part of the horror themes of this October update.
Dude, look how
really
small
It
he
can be
looks.
terrifying, and that's something that Smite means to teach you. Look at that damage on that wall.
Wow.
65.
You never thought you'd see it.
Yeah. Well, since like Alpha or whenever it was. That was before my time I was playing that it did damage.
Oh yeah,
It's got me beat a little bit too.
I forgot that even is a closed Was that even closed beta, or was that like dev PTS?
I think that was literally like his release.
Thor was not. Okay, Thor released into the beta with that wall damage.
I think so. I don't think it stunned, and I think it did damage.
Okay.
And it got some changes. That's if my memory being told what it was like back in the day is correct.
Well, look at that. You get a bit of a history lesson here today, too. So, because that was even before my time. I was playing circa, 2015, 2016 is when I really kicked into it. So, I'm learning.
Dude, I love those Chibi skins, man. They always crack me up.
He's so
My
funny.
favorite
He's
one
so
has to
funny.
be
So
the
angry, too. Wow.
Thanatos
gotta
one,
go
though.
back.
The
He's
Thanatos
he's gotta
one
go
is
buy.
just so
He
nice.
doesn't have boots.
Can't buy boots anymore.
I'm sorry. I just had
Maybe
to
you
say
could
it.
fish them up though.
You could,
Oh, you know what?
but only if you're in a cinematic.
I'm gonna use that as a segue. That's called a segue in this business.
Yeah, that's what we do.
And that's gonna segue us to the next part of this beautiful adventure, the new god Maui. So
There we
how about
go,
check
baby.
out
Let's
this
go. That's what we've been waiting on. Let's go.
Rated T for teen.
Justin, take my money. All right, here we go, baby. Let's go. The grand finale. The grand finale.
I mean, what can I say? It's Maui. You
Yeah.
look proud. You look incredibly proud.
It's so crazy that it's like time, you know?
Yeah.
It-
Here.
it-
We
it's
are
so crazy
here.
how long ago, I mean, I started working on Maui. I'm still so ingrained on saying my first god instead of like saying Maui, and so that I don't
Maui.
leak anything.
Oh, is this the fool that got that
Working on Maui in,
tattoo?
like,
Because it was his
spring,
first
you know what I
god
mean?
he,
And it's
he
like,
made.
Oh my god, it's so long until he comes out, and
Yeah.
it happens a lot faster than that time gets eaten up pretty quickly. It
Oh,
turns out,
I
I've learned.
bet for sure. I mean, I feel proud that I've been able to sit here through two people's first gods, you know, and here we are for yours. I mean, this is your spotlight. This is Maui. So kind of give us the rundown. What inspired Maui?
Yeah, I mean, he's just such a huge part of so many different mythos. You know, all those Pacific Islands have different stories about Maui. They have
Yeah.
similar stories about Maui. You know, we ended up really focusing in on the Hawaiian.
Let me turn it up a little bit
interpretation
because now
of
they're
Waii's lore.
all of a sudden
Yeah.
their sound
You know,
went down
the
again.
Maori people have a lot of stories about Maui and all that kind of stuff. And the feats that Maui did, we know Prometheus's name because Greek mythology is very popular.
Of course.
And all he did, was
All.
discover fire for humans.
Yeah.
Maui did that, plus pulled up the land they lived on, plus made room for the plants to grow, plus introduced people to being able to see beautiful birds they couldn't see before. Like,
Yeah.
all these things that Maui did would have earned him a spot on the roster if he had only done one of them. And he did like 6.
Wouldn't that be
things
funny?
were
They
that
got The
level of
Rock to
importance
do the
this.
voice for Maui.
So, he's just such a
That'd be
popular
great.
folk hero because he does these incredible feats. But he's also like not a holier than thou, like whatever. He's
Yeah.
in his downtime, he gets yelled at by his brothers for being lazy, and I'm sure no one has any type of relation with that.
Never.
I
it's
know,
just how
right?
it goes.
That's what I'm thinking.
I just think that
Enough
I
jibber
feel very
jabber. This
fortunate
isn't The View,
that
dude. Let's
I got a
go.
god in Maui that is so, his personality is so in the forefront. It's
Yeah.
so big. It's so fun, and I'm unbelievably happy with how he turned out. I think that the team did a great job at showcasing those in his animation and in his voice and in his effects and all that kind of
Yeah.
stuff.
That is incredible to hear about. I mean, let's check out the card art while we're here. Let's see what
Yeah.
that looks like. Look at that.
He's cheesing, you know. He wants you to know that he's doing. He's like, yeah, I'm sick. Like,
Yeah.
You see that cool thing I just did? Like, it was
Charisma, I
nice.
believe, is the word I
Tons of
ended
it.
up using in
Yeah.
the blog post. I had
Yep.
to restrain myself from using it multiple times, but he's a cultural icon. He's down to earth, though.
Yep.
He's a lot of fun,
Yeah, I'll say
even when he's working.
Yeah, because from what I know about him is he's kind of like, I feel like trickster's the wrong word. That's Loki's thing, and Loki is not as nice. Like Maui is like he's playful, you know, like he does all
He's
these
chaotic
things.
good.
Yeah, in such
Right.
a playful manner. Because like I mean, as you said, so much of what he's done was to help the people, was for the people. So like, but he still has that playful attitude, that kind of like I can't think of any other thing to say. It's charismatic and fun.
Yeah, the trickster
say
is
you're
a really
welcome
like, archetype across all
as an
different
emote.
types of mythology, which is really
You know, I haven't
cool to
seen
see
that
now
cartoon
another
in
one
so
that's got a
long.
unique twist. I think he's
totally
even
forgot about
more
that reference.
good than the usual trickster. He's just
Yep.
a little mischievous, and that's mostly when you think about it from the perspective of the gods.
Yeah, really,
He's the
the
one
other way.
like they're like, oh, I got to deal with this Maui guy again. It's like he's the one they're messing with. But humanity, he's always
Yeah,
looking
all
out
the
for.
new gods are always OP when
So
they
that's
first come out,
super
dude.
incredible.
That's
Let's
how they got to
turn
get
around, too. Like,
your ultimate god pack
on.
money.
Yeah, I mean,
Here we go.
Did they
that's
give him a
so
mustache?
cool. You know, he does all these incredible feats of strength, and we wanted to make sure.
Or is that his
he
upper
felt
lip?
Strong, that he felt like he was the guy to do, pull up islands out of the ground and lift the sky a little bit higher. Lasso the sun, all that kind of stuff.
Oh, that
and
was
I
just
think
his
that
lip.
His model came
I
out
think.
feeling so good. He's a big dude. He's
Yeah.
strong, and he shows it. But he's very agile and able to get around and do his thing really, really effectively. And I think he turned out great.
And because he was so helpful and supportive, that's why we designed him as a guardian and a
Right.
support
Yeah.
for Smite. I think people kind of perceive
Something.
him as maybe a little
Does he
more
have a
aggressive,
mustache,
but,
or is that his upper
from
lip,
all
dude?
of our
I mean,
research and his personality,
he
just
looks like
seems
a Don
so
Juan
friendly,
freaking
and
Islander.
His confidence would be contagious on the battleground, and that's
Yeah.
what we wanted to represent all the way through the gameplay, and of course the animations and the.
I can definitely see that because, I mean, for one, like, it shows his personality through that smile he's wearing right there. Like, it very much shows off what type of person he is. But like you said, he's a big guy. This is not a small guy. But unlike somebody like Atlas, who is a relatively new Guardian, he doesn't seem heavy. Atlas seems every step.
Maybe that's what it is, dude. Because it looks like he has like one of those
Yeah,
thin
yeah,
Don
Yeah,
Juan
exactly.
mustaches.
But I'm just saying, that's another thing I love about our design team is Maui's a big guy, but he's always moving and shaking. He's not lumbering around or anything. So the
Right.
fact that he looks light on his feet, even just with this animation, it's just a big cheer.
Dude,
for
that
our
hook
team.
looks.
As for always,
pretty
it would be a shame
evil.
not to go in game and actually see Maui. So let's go ahead and hop in game and check this out.
All right, here we go. Okay,
Got it,
in
got
game
it.
he
You
doesn't
know
look
what?
that
Yeah,
bad.
show us the abilities, run us through them.
Yeah. Just go a little wild,
What the crap?
That is a lot of Odins.
That's a lot of
There they
Odins.
go. Oh, that's
What the
incredible.
crap?
They weren't where they were a second ago.
They are not. All right, so we just saw a whole lot of things there, and this is the part where we really
What?
get into it and start talking about it. So look, we got to start slow. Can't get all too excited all at once.
Yep.
How about the basic attack?
Yeah, so you might notice that Maui has a little targeter with him all the time. That's because he has a new, unique range and new.
So he has like a basic attack like a Vulcan, the range of
But
Vulcans.
not ones who cleave more vertically, so to speak. So his basic attack range is 25. For context, normal melee basic attacks go about 12. Spear users like Achilles go about 16. Maui is this new medium short range is what I've been kind of describing it as. It does hit everything in the area. He's a guardian, so his basic attack damage is very low.
Yeah.
It's very much like Sylvanas or something like that, who
Okay.
also has AoE basics, but those are a little bit more
An
ranged.
AoE basic
He's got
attack.
this big hook. We wanted him to use it more like a fishing hook than a club. And so if you've got a big hook on a lot of rope, like, you're not going to be just using it right in front of you, right? You gotta use
Interesting.
that range advantage a little bit. And it has been, it's a little thing like that to just extend the basic attack range, but it feels very unique and very fun when you get a chance to really get in there and
Yeah, he's a
hit
guardian.
people from the little spacing games of other melee characters. It's really fun.
Not to
Yeah.
mention the troll full basic attack power builds we've tried running, which
I sure have.
we have tested. We don't believe they're very good, but we know people are going to do it anyway.
I'll
So
tell
go
you
ahead
what.
and have fun.
When you have Hastened Ring, it feels really good.
I was
in the
literally
30
thinking about
seconds after Hastened Ring is down, you won't be doing a whole lot the vast majority of the time.
I
But for
was
that
like-
little amount of time, you're going to be like, wow,
we
this
would
is
not
crazy.
recommend it, but we know they're
No.
going to try anyway, so we got to call it out.
Oh,
It is a
yes.
lot of fun, and it is really unique for the character. And
Yeah.
while we're talking about this, might as well just get it right out in the front.
Do
The
it.
hook and the rope.
Yes.
There's a lot. There's a lot of back end work that went into that. We gotta
Ton.
gotta call out some gratitude to our rigging, animation, tech
Yeah, dude.
teams. Rope physics are no joke in video games, in any game. I remember like an E3 trailer, I think it was for Last of Us or something like that, that just showed like
To give a tank
30 seconds
CC,
of
that's
them just
that much
messing with
CC.
rope
That
just to
looks like
show
it's going
how
to be
much
pretty
rope
OP.
they had. Rope physics are tough. We had a lot of stuff going on to make these visuals look really good. It took a lot of effort, a lot of testing, a lot of iteration. but it looks great.
It's a good point. I should issue a formal apology on the patch notes show to Ashley, our animation lead, who during our brainstorm said, "This is all really cool, but let's not use too much rope." And then I turned around and was like, "Okay, so here's the kit, and it uses a ton of rope." So
We really
sorry
just
about that.
leaned into that as the hook
Yeah.
for the kit.
Yep.
Yeah.
Exactly.
We wanted to use it. It's a very unique weapon, and that's what's going to play up his uniqueness of his whole kit, really.
Yep.
Yeah, and all right, so I mean, let's keep moving. Next up, we have the passive, and I'm gonna pass this to you to pronounce. Because
Oh,
I
you're
sure
so scared, Harrison.
I am
Just a little, just a
horrified.
big old word. It's Manaya Kalani is
Oh, is
the
that
name of his hook.
Manaya Kalani.
It translates
Manaya
to
Kalani.
"made fast to the heavens," which was very wordy as well. So we decided to go with the more traditional word for it.
Yeah.
What's up with that
And this one's
Thor
really cool. So
emote with the number
anytime
3 at the
enemy
bottom?
god,
You see that?
Near Maui is hard crowd control.
What is that?
Whether it be by him or by one of his allies, they will gain a mark. So for Billy, I don't know how we're going to jump around. Actually, if you do /pon/dev/test space the number 1, it'll turn it on for you. No, don't type /. That's not how it works. Okay, man. Yeah,
Touche, touche.
pon/dev/test, PAWN. Nope, not like pon. PAWN.
I was thinking live back end.
DEV
Whoa.
test TEST space the number 1. Bang. Okay, you enhance your basic, and you'll see more about how to do this later on in the kit. We're just trying not to spoil it. When your basic attack is enhanced, your next basic will pull enemy god's hit to you. So that's why
So
these
crazy.
semi-ranged basic attacks end up being pretty impactful for the kit. Is
Got a
that
pull on his passive.
you can get a pull. I mean, everyone knows. it's
Dude,
a
that's pretty.
guy
It's
who's
just
hitting
like
you out of the
Mulan,
book.
kind
You
of,
gotta
except for
pull
you don't have that
and
pause like Mulan
deliver
does. You know what I'm
on
saying?
that, I can safely say. You're gonna be pulling people a lot. This
Now
is
I'll
the
be
cooldown.
interested in this
You'll
angle, almost
see
like
the passive
Sylvanas
over
too.
there, you know,
But I
there's a
wonder if you
bunch
can do this
that won't
while
work for your
moving,
games, don't try
and
it.
you don't have to be planted like
Of the
Sylvanas.
passive
I
you're
hate that
filling up.
Sylvanas plant
That
when he
can only
pulls
happen once every
is
10
so
seconds.
annoying,
And
dude.
again, when someone gets hard crowd controlled, a mark will appear above their head. You must basically.
It looks like you still have movement when you have that pull. That's OP, dude. They should have done Sylvanas like that too. I hate that the 1 second
Only
route.
charge for
Hold
any
it.
amount of time,
Yep.
right?
Walk
Okay, it
towards
doesn't
mid,
expire. That's awesome.
and then come in here and pull this guy who happens to be a little bit out of position. And that will pull any gods in that area that are enemies.
This
So-
is especially cool when you get to trigger it off like your hunter. You
Oh
know?
wow, you can
have a
pull
hunter,
multiple
say,
gods.
beef
Holy
roots. Beef
crap,
roots are now hard CC now, and she
dude,
can
that is
your
huge.
opponent. You can walk up, basic
Freaking
attack
pull
them,
those
trigger
gods
them,
in, and then
pull them
have
after
freaking
they're
Zeus
done,
and Poseidon
do some
alt at the
blasting.
same time.
Yes.
Oh,
Really
nasty,
fun
son.
creating
Nasty.
comps that Maui works really well with, and
Yeah.
giving him some natural strength and some natural weaknesses where he won't be quite as good if your team doesn't have a lot of hard crowd control. And so, bringing some of that decision making into where is a good Maui game. Is
Wow.
something that I find very fun.
Awesome. Well, that's super cool, and I love the fact you can pull multiple people because the potential for that in a team fight, where whether you're using it to help get somebody off your damage, or whether
Yeah.
you're positioning their damage, to get
Or
help.
even better, grab a whole team and bring them into your base.
Yep, absolutely. Now it does respect
Oh,
CC
man.
immunity and knockback immunity, because that's technically what it is. So
Yeah.
you have.
I wonder if that goes
you have
through
options
walls.
being
I'm gonna have to test
hit or
that.
Not hit by it as the enemy, but it definitely.
Dude, if that goes through
very,
walls,
very
that would be
good
so
in
OP.
your team's range for you.
Awesome, awesome. Well, cool. Let's move on to something I can pronounce. Ability 1, Master Fisherman.
Yeah, Master Fisherman. So this one, I mean, it just felt very natural. He starts to spin his hook, and it begins to grow in distance, very similar to something like Olarun 1,
Yeah.
that it will grow as you continue to charge. But then you can hold it and walk around spinning the hook and kind of keeping your threat nice and high. And then when you throw it, it will go out and attach to the first enemy god hit, and Maui will begin to reel them in. They are crippled and vortexed, so neither one is a hard CC.
Technically a soft season.
Technically soft CCs. Think of Vortex as Baron Samdi's
I was about
ult.
to say, okay.
Yep, that's the easiest one, or Hades ult, or Poseidon Whirlpool. We've got a good amount of Vortexes out there. But you can fight.
So if
against
it's a
them.
soft
You're not
CC
gonna
where it's just a
necessarily be
slow,
quite this far,
then Wingblade might be able to counter that.
from it.
These Odin butts cannot do.
No,
True.
they cannot do. So it won't pull you quite this
And
far,
the
but
Baron's
it is
cleanse,
your
which should be able to
primary
cleanse that then.
safe
Because
setup.
the Baron's cleanses
It does go
slows.
through minions,
So I don't know. We're gonna have to test that.
can help you clear the wave as well, but it's body blockable, so solo lane or something like that, people can simply stand in front.
It's still pretty much his primary wave clear.
Yes, correct. It is basically his only wave clear.
Got it.
Unless you want to.
Sorry,
be risky.
solo laners.
I think they'll find a way
They'll-
around
they'll
the fight, I
figure it
guess.
Yeah,
But
that auto attack, man.
this ability took a lot of tuning and trying to make it feel, good and fun on both ends. Maui does also get to move a little bit during the reel in, so it feels like that cool tug of war. But this man's strong enough to pull up islands. Of course, he can win his tug of wars.
It's a tricky skill shot as well. It's
It does damage on
pretty
impact
narrow.
too,
easy, but
but it doesn't have a dot.
missable,
Yes.
jukeable, which is good.
Yes,
Yeah,
I
for
agree.
sure.
But I'm really happy with how this turned out. Feels like a very potent peel tool that you can.
Yeah, you see how it has the initial damage, but it doesn't have a dot damage on it, so I guess that's good.
Not always, it's no Athena taunt for setting up multiple members of the enemy team.
Got it.
And it just feels so Maui.
It does.
It does. Hey, I have to respect the attention to the fishing mini game because it's not a good catch if you're, if you just pull them right in. In fact, they can fight back. I mean, it's not a
Dude, this guy
it's
has
big
a
one.
lot of
Yeah.
CC, man.
So,
He's almost like a
super cool,
Kumba.
Super exciting. Next up, another ability, Mystical Ulua. I was brave. I tried that one.
And you got it right. Yeah,
Nice.
mystical Ulua. So Ulua fish are very a big part of Hawaiian culture, so we were really excited to be able to incorporate that into the kit.
Ah, somebody was talking about the
This
fish. Yep,
ability
they incorporated the
does
fish.
Absolutely 0 damage.
Got it.
0 to enemies. You can toss it, won't do
wave clear.
anything.
Got it.
Gods, minions, doesn't matter. This is a pure support ability. So when you hover it, you can see a bigger area. Anyone in that area, when the fish lands, will gain protections and movement speed for a short amount of time, 5 seconds. So the idea is it's supposed to feel like throwing a mini relic into the middle of your team fight. And good relic usage, as all good supports know, is a huge part of what you're supposed to be doing. This has felt very fun to use in that manner. But you might notice that it leaves behind a little special something, a nice little pillar of water. Big shout out to Shane for these awesome effects. That is the timer of how long that water will last, is the big pillar.
Really cool.
And if an ally god stands on that water for 1 second, a bubble will form around them, and they will be transported to Maui. It is basically like putting down
Interesting.
a Heimdall crystal for your ally.
Interesting. So it's almost like a Himdalier crystal that's a lot
And
faster.
Save your poorly positioned backliner, as they always are.
So it's almost like Capri's save, except for not saving you. He's just bringing you to him. So that's pretty cool.
You'll see a pretty big range when you toss it and no one is taking it. You can see the kind of aura radius that if Maui leaves that aura radius, then it will instantly break.
That looks like it'd be pretty OP for a save. I wonder if that goes through
Those
walls.
bad feelings of, I was
Dude, if
almost
that
safe,
goes
and
through
then
walls, that'd
Maui
definitely be
took
OP.
one too many steps, and
Yeah.
all of a sudden,
When you see our guys on the minion buffs behind that wall getting their butts handed to them, we can just bring them to us.
But it has felt really, really fun to use. It does get people over walls.
Oh, it does go through walls. Oh,
This is
nice.
the ability that's going to really cause a lot of awesome creativity. I can't wait to see what other players do.
An extremely unique ability.
Wow.
Even without using the hook, which relying on a lot of the unique, it's a very unique eye skill ceiling.
Yep.
We can use it, and a true supportive ability. So all
Dude,
around
you
a
can-
cool thing. As Aggro mentioned,
You
there's a
can
lot of
freaking
experience
taunt
in
people
cases
in. They
that
think
the
you're by
design
yourself,
teams already
and all of a
counted
sudden you
for.
just
This
bring
is
one of your
usually
heavy
awesome.
dealers from the wall
If
into
Maui
right
gets
up to you
outside
to
the
help
area
beat
while
somebody
someone's
down.
Traveling, they will stop
Sneak
at
attack.
The edge of the area, so we tried to avoid like infinite Maui distance
Yeah,
shenanigans.
okay.
So
Yeah,
you'll
no
stop at the
horizontal.
edge of the circle, which is intended. But outside of that, we tried to favor the traveler as much as we possibly could.
Yes. Yeah. I mean,
Oh, you also get the buff after traveling.
correct.
which we-
Yep. So even if you don't get the buff from being in the area, if you walk up to the water pillar afterwards, you'll gain the protections and movement speed for going through the bubble. Only one god. You can't transport multiple, anything like that. But yeah, very, very
Only one
excited.
per deploy.
Yep,
Yeah.
per deploy.
Yeah,
You can't
in
have-
in
if you have one
in
out
those
with
pug
cooldown
games, man.
reduction, then you toss
You
another
know you're gonna have
break
one
for
knucklehead
one,
pug that's gonna be
max
just
one.
trolling people with this.
But yeah, the playmaking potential.
And
with
for all
this
y'all that are
ability
new to our channel,
is
Pug,
unreal.
PUG,
You might notice
pickup
as well
gamer,
that on the
pickup
passive
games.
meter, when someone is standing on your
Your
water, you
randos.
channel the bubble,
You're always gonna have
look in
one
the center
idiot
of the hook,
rando is
there's
gonna
a
be
little jam
trolling.
of water.
Oh, that's so
It's a
cool.
bubble.
It's a little bubble, yeah, exactly. It makes a big difference for if you know if can I take a step out of the area? Are they going to come with me? Or you know, do I need to wait until they're on it? That's a really nice little quality of life thing that we were able to get in that I'm really happy with.
I was about to say,
It's
my big thing
definitely
about Tier
unique.
1,
I'll give them that.
Innovative way to make sure that you're not having to look back as Maui, because that ruins the chance to really use this effectively. So you
Yeah.
see the bubble, you're like, I can keep going, we're good. The second thing,
Glans, you're right about that.
I love how the animation has him flicking the Ulua up out of the
Yeah, the
water
little
with a hook. So again, prevalent in everything.
You tried this on Corrupted Arena? If you could pull someone into the pit with you?
I sure haven't. No, that's up for our players to figure out.
Yeah,
True.
That'd be pretty cool because you know how people fight in front of your portal? Be in your base, and you can pull people in before they die into your base. So that's pretty cool.
You're like, oh, it's just the support coming at me. I'll be okay.
When
And
they
then,
kill the
then
big
an
minion, they're
assassin
about to
comes
die.
through
You
a
can just
bubble,
pull
and
them
you're
in.
like, what?
Yep.
It is fun.
Saving
Came down in a
allies
bubble,
is
dog.
so fun. It does, I know a lot of people are probably wondering, have all the same interrupt rules as Heimdall Crystal. So if the target is stunned, rooted, crippled, then they are no longer they are no longer channeling, and they have to start from the very beginning. So all of those same rules still apply.
So my question
Also,
is,
like
if
Heimdall
somebody is
can
locked down, like with a
spin in
Nox,
beads
and you throw this
in order
on
to
them,
make sure that
will
you
it
can
bring them out of that AOE?
So
Now hopefully you can beat Zeke.
So avoiding the explosion if you do it quick enough? I don't know, man.
some wild things with this because
I'm gonna have to
beast
test
system
that.
doesn't prevent you from being teleported, which is intended. So you could be in Scylla ult and decide to move and come out like that. You could be a Ymir channeling his ultimate and then all of a sudden get slid to Maui and blow up in the new zone.
That's
So very
huge.
Oh,
Forest ult
wow.
style wackiness that I
Oh,
am very
wow.
excited to see all the clips of.
So Ymir could be channeling with nobody around him. You can pull Ymir
It is. And let's
into
move
a
on to the
team
third
fight, and all of a sudden, right before he explodes, he just explodes instantly. Dude, that is nasty.
Because this took so much work on the programming end as well, and
Oh,
tech art,
wow.
and camera and all that kind of stuff. But yeah,
That would
it-
take some coordination,
Maui
though.
leaps up and lassos his hook around a piece of the sun and begins to swing. He can stay up there for a swing forward, back, and forward. And it isn't a predetermined landing zone. He can jump off at any point during this time. So wanted to incorporate that that trickster aspect into the kit a little bit, and this is how we were able to do it. You're a little hard to predict in where you're going to land.
Yeah, but I think that's
it
going to be a little
feels
easy
so fun to use.
to avoid, to tell you the truth, because as soon as he goes forward, if he doesn't jump on the backswing, dude, you can get the heck out of dodge.
That type of moment in an adventure game or
I don't know. We're going to have to see
adventure
this in
is
action,
always so
man.
iconic, and it just felt so
I don't think I'm a
appropriate
big
for
fan
Maui
of that
to be
swing.
on that type of adventure. He's just out there.
A lot of
having
back end
good
work
time.
went into making this feel smooth.
An unbelievable amount. Yeah.
More than you'd ever expect.
Yes.
That's hard.
It was.
Yeah, I tell you what, my hat's off to him. They definitely got unique abilities with this guy.
That's right.
They definitely did something different.
Which allows Maui to passive.
That's right. So it gets a little weird when you're like stunning 53 Odin bots. So apologize.
That won't
for
happen to
but-
you.
Oh, it has a stun on landing. Holy crap.
Exactly. This is his initiation tool. It is a jump, so you are just like something like Bacchus, who has a really big knockup and then a bunch of protections from his kit afterwards. It needs to have that big splashy entrance in order to justify using your escape to get in there. But
Oh, it's an
really
AoE
does that
stun
very
on top of that.
feels really
Ooh, that's
rewarding.
nasty,
It was a
son.
big landing
That
area.
is nasty. I wonder if you can do that through walls, too.
It's a very unique type of skill shot timing too. We've never really done anything quite like this, which I really appreciate.
Spider-Man.
It is just maybe you could say a circle leap at its simplest form, but that's really not how it feels, not how it plays.
Yeah.
I remember the first time I pulled off, like I led someone, and you had to plan the distance. and the
Dude, an
timing to
AoE
land and hit
stun
the
like that? If
and
you
it
can
felt
go through... Oh, you
so
can go
good to
through
hit that.
walls.
It's a really unique feeling.
Oh, no.
Skill. There's
Okay, so that's pretty OP right
So
there.
it's been an absolute blast to use. And of
That's
course, you
gonna be
can
pretty OP
toss your
right
two
there.
down and then jump over a wall or jump in and get them right there with you.
Oh,
It will
wow.
tell you where you are
Imagine a
when
double
you
jump in with a
get there. Of
Cerberus
course,
or a Bacchus.
you got to put them in a valid location and all that kind of stuff.
Can't
But
hold them in the air.
yeah, can't do that forever. But it'll just when the channel's done, it'll put them where you are.
Oh, dude.
Which is really fun. So it just overall,
Yeah,
feels really good
I'm
about
pretty sure they will, but they
its,
won't
how
nerf them
this
for the
came
first
out.
2
It
weeks.
feels really,
They
really
usually
fun.
give them at minimum
Big
2
one, the first
weeks,
time I
so
used
people
to
can
learn
buy those ultimate god
by
packs so they can
go run
actually
into a
play him.
wall and swinging, and then she jumped over.
Dude, that's pretty
landed back where
that's
I took
pretty
off
OP,
from and
man.
Turned around and ran away. Was one of the hardest.
But this god is going to take a little bit of skill, though. He's definitely doesn't look like he's newbie friendly at all. It looks like he's going to have a small
I mean,
learning
we can
curve
see
to
here,
him.
you know, you got to be able to land, like get that circle out, but it looks cool too because I mean, as was kind of just demonstrated, if you can do it just right and time it, you could throw it at your ally,
Bubble them up
swing
and then
over the
swing.
wall,
Yeah,
let them
I
get
mean
over the
that's
wall and then go back. So like you don't leave the fight, you just drop somebody off, come on back, and keep doing your thing. So
It's a tricky play to pull off, but
that's
it's cool.
high level. Yeah.
Fair.
So. Super cool.
Wow.
Last but not least, one more.
It looks like he's
build
definitely
which
gonna be
I'm super
fun to
excited
learn.
for because it is visually stunning. Let's look at Landfall.
Landfall, baby. You just pick a target.
Oh, is that
off the
his ult?
distance,
Landfall?
And Maui makes mountains happen, just like that. He leaps up, grabs the island, and pulls it up. This is, I'd say, the iconic lore story for Maui is raising up. The
So
island.
does AoE damage
And
plus it
healing
has a knock up
all
towards
of
you.
A bunch of Pacific islands, and we knew that it had to.
So
be.
it's almost like Atlas's eruption when it
Perk 2
comes
is
to
one
you.
of my favorite abilities in the whole game. It feels so fun to use. It's really splashy and in your face and in a really good way. And I mean, what?
Yeah,
just
another
range perk
good
2
one
was
to
like
use with
my
combos
first
with like a
pick that I
Poseidon
really
and
liked
Ares.
the ultimate ideas, and I didn't even think that it could come out looking this good. The animation team and everybody just made it look so much better than
Wow.
even expected. This island does stay behind and work as a player wall.
Yeah,
that
right.
block people from
Allies
moving
and
through.
enemies.
Yep.
So cool.
And self.
And self. You can press 4 again to drop it immediately. You don't have to wait that whole time. So if you have a little oopsie, then you can just put it down and not worry about it too much. But an unbelievable tool in team fights, especially in jungle, where you can use it to pull someone back and cut off other people's escape routes. Clumsy, one time, this is a true story, we were winning a game, all game, we were absolutely crushing them. Clumsy
Yeah.
playing Maui. We phantomed out of an Odin cage, and then the phantom wore off, and Clumsy Maui ulted our whole team back inside the Odin cage. And they wiped us and killed us.
Dude, that
in that fight. And I was like, wow. My
oh
own
my
ultimate.
goodness! Or just do an Odin cage and then grab everybody and
It
bring
is
them in.
It is a CC that I think
Ay,
takes
ay,
a
ay.
little bit of time to get used to.
Or the Oleron
once you see
ult.
it coming
Everybody
out,
gets out of the Oleron, they're like, we made it out, and then bring them right back in.
easier to use your
Yeah, so you do
CCs
have to
during
kind
the
of
game.
pre-beads it, but there's a grace window there, and you can see as the timer
Yep.
element.
Little warning effects. Knockup immunity works right here, and you see the
Yeah,
inner
this guy's
circle,
definitely gonna
the
be
inner circle
interesting,
on the
man.
targeter.
Exactly.
That's just where the island is. The whole area does the same damage, the same knockup, everything like that.
Okay.
It's just so you can place your wall very effectively and make sure that you're cutting off those choke points as you please.
Awesome. Well, I mean, that's visually and gameplay-wise, that's super incredible. I think the ability, like you said, has a lot of potential for combinations, for all kinds of play. I'm again over the moon to see this in game and see how it interacts. I'm definitely a Guardian main myself, so best believe I'll be getting.
Yeah, I'll
in
see if
there
I can
and,
play him this
and
weekend to
testing
see
out
what
Maui
he's
basically
about.
every chance I get come Tuesday.
Hopefully I can get a build together so when he goes live on Tuesday, I'll have something to use.
You know, you'll get more and more creative with ways to use your jump and your 2 and your ultimate, the more you play him. But I think that I'm just very happy with how he turned out. I hope everyone likes him. He's not a great, if you're trying to solo queue and hard carry your ranked games, he's not as good at that as you would expect, I think, because his damage,
Yeah, but keep in
his 2
mind,
does 0
dude,
damage, his
he's
1
a
is single
CC
target.
god. He's
His
not
3
a
is damage,
damage
and
type
you use it all
god,
the time.
right?
The ultimate is pretty
So
good
when you
damage,
have
but a
these
lot of
clowns that are
times
going to try to solo with him,
his
they're going to
damage
end
output
up
is very
getting
low.
thrashed. He's
Overall,
definitely a
he's got the CC
support
to
type
make up for
tank
he's
for
got the
sure.
CC to make up for it. He's a
Initiator. He's a good
my
initiator
headline
guy.
for him has been the playmaker.
But he definitely doesn't look like he's going to have a ton of damage by no means. I could be wrong, but we'll see.
Stay alive,
He looks like more of an initiator guy than anything.
all that kind of stuff, and yeah, just unbelievably stoked to finally share him with everybody. I do, before I forget, I gotta give a shout out to Brian, the programmer who headed up Maui with me. It was also his first god, and I know I made his life a lot harder than it needed to be at times, and I really appreciate how much incredible work he put into it. But as well as Michaela, or Kitten of Doom, or KD as I call her, this was her first god on the QA end to really verify, and she caught a lot of great things that made Maui feel a lot better and was instrumental in his testing. So the 3 of us, it was kind of like our first gods all together. And,
That swing,
I
though,
really,
dude, what?
couldn't be any happier with how he turned out. But of course, it isn't just the 3 of us. It was a full team of
It takes a village.
animators and tech art and
Every
concept
god.
and all that kind of stuff. And
Months of work from many people all come together to make these gods, and they're really gorgeous pieces of art.
Yeah, you definitely won't be able to escape him with low health for sure. He has so many ways of yanking you back, dude.
Feelings after as many gods as we have. Again, I'll say this every update show. Shout out to all of our teams, man. It takes a village. So,
Yep.
of course, y'all have seen Maui in-game now, so now you'll have to wait for PTS and then when it goes live next week. But we got a few more things to show off. The usual kit that comes with the new god. So, first up, we have the alternate colorings, alternate colored skin Sun Tamer Maui.
real quick, I'm sorry, before we get away, it's too late, but
Too
maybe we
late.
can get back in there. But he does have a lot of really cool little nods to Hawaiian culture. I also want to
Okay.
give a shout out to Molly and Cliff, or Davion, two people who...
Olympian Davion.
Yeah, Olympian Davion.
You know him, you love him.
Molly's on our marketing team.
So let me get this
at
straight, dude.
Studios.
They actually had the foresight to get with somebody of the Hawaiian culture to get all that right, but they couldn't get with a Hispanic dude that could have told them that you don't stick guacamole on a freaking taco. Do you use salsa? Come on, dude. Seriously, that's an
Build
insult.
off of and make sure that Maui felt authentic and really there. And also to Brent,
Get outta
the-
here, dude.
the voice actor who is also a native Hawaiian. It was really important to us that we make sure that Maui feels like a guy that you could just run into on the island who's also like a god.
Yeah.
So we have a lot of, his taunt, his clap, a lot of different references to all of those different little pieces of Hawaiian culture that I think made him feel really, really real. He feels
That
like
taunt
a
is
full
amazing. It is
character,
amazing.
and not just everything that he could be.
Oh, you can hear my dog snoring? Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
He's only 7 pounds. He's an Imperial Shih Tzu, so he's a miniature. But dude, you would think that he's a freaking big Rottweiler.
True to the
Uh-oh,
lore and the
he heard me
themes
talking
of
about him,
the
he stopped
community.
snoring.
So, a great shout out. Thank you for doing that. Sorry for pulling us away at the end. But
No,
y'all,
by
y'all
all
got a
means.
teaser of the skit. Let's go back to the card art. Y'all got to see
Yeah,
a
he
little
needs
bit
a
of it.
bath,
Let's
dude.
see
He
if I
looks
can
like
talk
he
about it.
looks
So this is
like
Sun
one
Tamer
big
Maui.
mess. That's what he
This
looks
will be,
like.
one of the alternate skins that releases along with the god.
So because he has so many great myths of
Yeah, that
things
boy
that
snores up a
humanity
storm. I
did
told
for
you.
humanity, we couldn't
Oh, and he
incorporate
knows-
all of
he
them
knows
into
I'm
the
talking
kit.
about
We
him now.
talked
He
about
woke
some
up.
fire stuff, but ultimately went a different direction. But card art is a great place for us to put these.
Oh, yeah.
these
And now his
little
brother's
nods
growling at him
to
because he wants his
mythos of
pillow.
These characters. So here Maui is showing the Hawaiian people how to create
What are you
fire,
doing, Oliver?
which, as you can imagine, was pretty big for them.
Yeah, kind of a big deal. And going back to what you said,
Yeah, he
about
got
Maui
deboed.
being
His big brother
a
took his
god,
pillow.
Yeah, but also just one of the people, somebody you can approach. I think this card art tells that story well because he's not hovering above them and casting fire down upon them. He's sitting there like, check this out, guys. Like,
Yeah.
he's sitting the same way that the villagers near him are sitting, and he's like, hey, like, check this out.
Yep.
So it just, again, I love when card arts.
Yeah,
tell
what
a
I'm going to
story
end
and
up
just
doing, I
tell
have the
story of a
equipment
dude
for
who
it. I'm going to get a
teaches
puppy
somebody a new
cam.
skill
So
on their
when I
learning
have the,
right
like in the
next to them.
bottom,
So
when we do our
super
streams
cool,
and I have the advertising
skin
covering the
skins that
builds,
come out alongside Maui.
I can click on there so you guys
as
can
well
see
as
this
the,
fool
Ascended Maui
sleeping
skin,
and
so
snoring
Maui
so you
skin
can see what I'm
as well.
talking about.
Dude, this color palette in game goes unbelievably hard.
It goes incredibly
just
hard.
unreal. So cool. Feels so like it.
Looks
I
like something
love
out of a
the color
cartoon.
palette that we went with this. And again, birds being
Bruh.
part of his lore, wanted to incorporate.
Now
that
the other
into
one's
this color.
digging
So
up on the pillow.
Movement, you can
Yep.
feel it.
Yeah, like
It's
that.
going fast.
The
Absolutely.
action shot for sure. So, and again, this is the Ascended skin, so you'll get this if you have the 2022 season pass, which gives you this type of skin
Freaking
for every one
goofballs,
of the gods
dude.
that comes out in 2022. So definitely worth picking up as the year is almost over. So we're yeah, man, that just hurt my chest to say 2022 is coming to a close sooner than you'd think. So grab that before it's gone for sure. And this is a bit of a switch up from things we usually do. It's not very often that a god gets more than these two skins on release, and the Masteries, which we'll get into here in a second.
Well, hell, it's
But,
gonna. This is the last god. If you didn't know, this is gonna be the last god for this year. There will not be another new god coming out this year. This was it. So,
That's right. Yeah, I mean, this card art is so awesome.
Yeah.
oh, he looks like
I don't know
Oleron.
if the art team and everyone who plans these things knows that green is my favorite color, and they gave me a green Maui skin right off the rip. But if that was intentional, I do appreciate it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it really exciting to see him get a skin really early. And one
Oh, what's that
feels really
superhero movie that's
cool.
coming out? Was it Black
We kind of
Adam?
have these. We've got a couple skins along the lines of the Toxic Umoja and all that
Yeah.
kind of stuff. little bit of a different twist for Maui.
Kind of looks like
More of,
Olaron.
He's sick
the
of seeing
hero
all
of
this.
that. Yeah, he's a
Exactly.
Of course, more buff,
Exactly.
right?
He's purifying the ocean and pulling out all this toxic waste.
That is clean,
Yeah, the effects are absolutely
just
awesome.
like the environment.
Yep, no doubt about it. This skin turned out really cool.
Yeah.
This is part of the reaping.
Yes, this should be in the Reaping chest, if
Okay,
I'm
with the
correct.
Nox skin.
So it's definitely on the patch notes. If I'm wrong, you can make fun of me on Twitter if you'd like. But yeah, so this is part of that event as well. But yeah, the rare on-release.
Dude, there's
God
something
skin,
about his
so,
lip.
yeah,
It looks like he has a
I
mustache.
already love the whole toxic theme, and to take.
I
that
don't
and
know.
kind
Maybe
of
it's just me.
Use the color scheme, but turn it on its head to have the dude who's cleaning up the waters, purifying the land. Like, what a cool aesthetic. So.
Yeah, very cool. I would definitely recommend not being caught polluting around Detoxify Maui. That would be-
Yeah,
that'd
for
be
sure.
my
Yeah,
bad.
no littering. That's a big no-no.
Yeah.
So yeah, super exciting, and I love that hook too. That hook is just incredible to look at. So, I mean, yeah, we're kind of coming on the end here. A few things I do want to call out about Maui too that I meant to say earlier. So with Ishtar, our beautiful audio team got stereo sound working. It was a huge task to implement that, but Ishtar was able to benefit from it as kind of the first god, and Maui has that as well. So Maui should not only look clean, but sound clean too.
Yeah.
So, which is super awesome, and I mean, yeah, that's just a big shout out to our sound team for being able to continue to incorporate these new pieces of technology that we're adding in
Absolutely.
as the game moves forward.
Big
So-
shout out to Chad and Kellen from the audio team, specifically Chad, who dealt with my like incessant little tiny messages to like totally redo like all these things that it didn't. I'm sure he was very much able to.
Dude, that would
take
be
all of
pretty
my
cool if they actually
psychosis and,
did an update to Smite
crazy suggestions and
next
make
year
it
using Real
actually-
Engine 5 or
and that
something.
was really awesome.
Yeah.
Update the
So-
whole UI and everything,
I'm
that
just
the
super excited.
graphics,
You know,
that would
it's gonna
be
such a
awesome.
big deal when this comes out. And again, next Tuesday. Like, I know we've been doing this for a while now.
Still exciting.
Still
Very
exciting.
exciting.
Launch day
every
is
single
right
time.
around the corner.
Yep.
So for all of the info that we just went over, make sure you'll check out the patch notes because it was a lot of stuff. We talked about a lot of things, but it's all laid out in the patch notes for y'all. All the skins
Yeah, that would
and
be
all
amazing.
the balance and everything we talked about. So I'm super
Yeah,
excited
wishful
for all
thinking
of
for
it,
sure.
And, I hope to see y'all not only in the PTS but flooding the game to try and permalock Maui before I do on Tuesday. So
Good luck.
cool
Yeah,
stuff.
people are gonna
Thank
be
y'all so
insta-locking
much.
this
Look out
fool
for our
left and
messaging
right.
about PTS later this week, and we will talk to y'all later. Bye, Smite fans.
Patron.
All right, dude. So that is Maui, right? So he's going to be going live Tuesday. So it sounds like the PTS goes live this weekend. So I'll probably have a video on him on Saturday. So we're going to see how that rolls out, right? Don't forget our Halloween special, October 22nd, falls on a Saturday. So people that normally go to work when we do our Tuesday streams are going to have a chance to come play with us, right? October 22nd, 11:30 Eastern Standard Time in the morning. We'll probably open up the stream probably around 10:45 to allow people to get in there and start getting signed up for to the roster, right? So don't forget about that. But we still got time, dude. We still got time. If anything, we're gonna have our Tuesday. We'll have our normal stream as always, right? So that's pretty much it, man. So what do you guys think with this guy, man? I think that he's gonna be pretty OP. He's gonna definitely be a high CC type god, which is very interesting for sure. The mechanics of it is definitely unique. I'm glad to see that they're starting to think outside the box, and it's just not the same, hack and slash type alts and stuff. So that's interesting, very interesting. But anyway, that's pretty much all I got. Like I said, look forward to him hopefully this weekend if I can get into that PTS server. And if anything, I'll see you guys again Tuesday. Again, if you guys have been lurking, haven't subscribed, make sure you hit that subscribe button. And Cyrus, appreciate that 5 gifted memberships. Today, Cyrus pretty much promoted 5 of our subscribers from Reaper to Grim Reaper. And for y'all that don't know what the heck I'm talking about, YouTube has paid subs, paid subscriptions, right? They call them memberships, and they have gifted memberships. Check out my channel if you need to know how to turn that on, because you actually have to toggle it on to receive it. Again, if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. I'm Dark Garza, your OG on the GC. We'll catch you guys next time.